And we are live, back again with another episode of World Cup Qualifiers Daily. And this is episode number 19. Imagine from September to October, we did 19 episodes. You see what I mean? Imagine if we were actually doing this from since World Cup Qualifiers started last year, late 2020. Or maybe even earlier, where the qualifiers and the preliminary rounds in Africa and Asia started. Yeah, but I did cover everything. I just didn't do them in live stream format like the way I'm doing it right now. But big up to anybody watching this right now. Big up to all the people in the stream. Let's talk World Cup qualifiers. Let's do this. We're going to be grinding. We're going to be breaking it down. We're going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of World Cup qualifying. We won't be doing like most of the other people that wait until the tournament comes around and then you see they start talking about the World Cup like they know exactly what's going on, when we should know that they don't know. You ain't fooling nobody. See what I'm saying? So big up to everybody in the house right now. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. Alejandro Loaiza says, been waiting all day. Oh man, that's nice to hear. Dino, big up to Dino. Danny, how are you doing? Algeria for World Cup 2022. How are you guys doing? Listen, we have about 2.5 hours or so to get through this. Tops, I think. And we are going to get through this. Let's start with CONCACAF first. Let's start with CONCACAF. Big up to Kelvin Drayton as well. Let's go. Let's start with CONCACAF. No delay. I have a lot of things to go through. So what we're going to do, right? I'm going to show you guys something. When we talk about CONCACAF, right? Big up to Robert Drusetta in the house. Great to catch up from down under. Aussie. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Group A. Back in the preliminary round for CONCACAF. We're going to start off. Look at El Salvador. You got to give El Salvador a lot of credit there. They've already played 6 games before the octagonal. The four matches in the group, and then the playoff games home and away. So you got to give them a lot of credit for winning 5 games, drawing 1 to get to the octagonal. Big up to Montserrat as well, who came close, and, Antigua and Barbuda, who didn't look bad as well. Just want to talk about the journey of these 3 teams that came through via the preliminary round. Look at Canada. Canada have gone unbeaten so far in World Cup qualifiers. Unbeaten. Them and Mexico are the only teams to have gone unbeaten so far. Canada, 4 wins there. Actually, 6 wins in the preliminary. They did play against Haiti and beat them twice, from what I could recall. I think they did win in Haiti too. Suriname didn't look too bad, but when they did come up against Canada, their frailties came to the surface. Curacao, who lost in the playoffs to Panama. They tried. Guatemala was very, very unlucky to have missed out on goals scored. Or it could have been Guatemala against Panama. I think Panama would have ultimately won that one. And then you have Panama, the aforementioned Panama, who was brilliant during the preliminaries and barely got past Curacao, in my opinion. Very lucky there. Very, very lucky to get through to the octagonal ahead of Curacao. And they've been doing so far in the octagonal. Great September window, but in October, very, very poor. And we're going to go through each and every one of the teams and how they've done so far in terms of the octagonal. Haiti, they tried. They couldn't get past Canada. Canada were too good. St. Kitts and Nevis impressively topped their group, but El Salvador were a bit too good for them. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to go up and we're going to take a look. Look, round 2, go down to round 2, and you're going to see that, let's go back up here. Where's round 2? Round 2. Come on. Stop playing with me. Anyways, the round 2 is in a different format. Let's see round 2 here. St. Kitts and Nevis lost to El Salvador. Canada beat Haiti on the road. Panama beat Curacao at home. And then Curacao and Panama ended in a 0-0 draw. All Curacao needed to do was score, and they came close on many occasions, but just wasn't their day. Canada smashed Haiti. Remember that own goal by Duverger. Horrible own goal by the goalkeeper. El Salvador beat St. Kitts and Nevis at home 6-0 on aggregate. El Salvador, Canada, and Panama through to the octagonal. So, look, out of the 34 teams in CONCACAF, 26 have been eliminated. 26. So today we're talking about who's been eliminated and who's still alive. And in terms of CONCACAF, only 8 teams are still alive. And every team that are currently in the octagonal are still alive. You go down to the table there, they all still alive. So what I have for you right now is something a little bit more, pleasing to the eye. I got this. This is what the table looks like right about now after 6 matches with 8 to go. We almost halfway through in terms of CONCACAF, and every team could still qualify. You know what I mean? Honduras could get their act together and they have a further 24 points available. And the ball is round. You never know what's going to happen. You never, ever know what's going to happen. So we can't write off. We definitely can't write off Honduras yet. This ain't tax season. We ain't writing off nobody yet, okay? Then we got El Salvador, Jamaica, both on 5 points. Costa Rica on 6. Panama on 8. Canada, Mexico, and the USA occupying the direct spots. And if the teams below them are not careful, but Canada, USA, Mexico, who are all hosting the World Cup in 2026, could kind of create some space there and run away with the top 3 spots. And then it would only be the playoffs up for grabs where you're not guaranteed to qualify at all for the World Cup. So, look, only Canada and Mexico are still unbeaten, and Honduras are still to pick up a win. And talk about Honduras. We have some news on Honduras before we do move on. And let's share the news on Honduras, where the Uruguayan head coach Fabian Coito has been sacked. Officially, Fabian Coito is out as Honduras coach. Let's take a look at Fabian Coito's headlines here and take a look at see what's going on here. So, all right, enjoy free access. I guess I have to sign up for that one. So let's go back here. This website is playing games with us. It's playing games. All right, let's click the news section here, and let's just click this one. You know what I'm saying? Remember, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and you ain't gotta always use one way to do things. Always remember that. So, Fabian Coito out as head coach of Honduras following the Jamaica game. 4 candidates to take his place. According to reports out of Honduras, Fabian Coito is out as head coach of the national team and will leave his position after the team's game against Jamaica. Here are 4 candidates to take over the position by Kevin Loyola. All right. Loyola. The name is hard to say. Loyola. Kelvin. God damn, I'm butchering your entire name, Kelvin. Kelvin Loyola. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yola. Yodelay. Anyways, Fabian Coito's time as coach of the Honduran national team is all but over, La Prensa has reported. He will have 90 minutes against Jamaica. Well, this is actually, he will have 90 minutes against Jamaica in CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers to have a memorable send-off. So it seems as if it was decided, right? Wow. Coito's fate was decided after a disastrous second half against the U.S. men's national team, which saw him blow a 1-0 lead following making 3 unnecessary halftime substitutions against the U.S. team that played one of their worst 45 minutes in soccer in qualification. And they're absolutely spot on with that, though. I really don't know what Fabian Coito was thinking. Thought he was managing one of the youth teams he managed previously, because he's always been a manager for youth teams. He did have the interim coach of the Uruguayan national team, and that has to be because Oscar Tabarez was down with a bout of illness and he had to take place. Gotta be. Otherwise, he's managed only under 19, under 15, under 21 teams in the past. During his near 3-year reign as coach of Honduras, Coito won 8 games, tied 10, and lost 10. Despite playing some tight games against the United States in the Nations League, his Gold Cup run was disappointing, and during CONCACAF World Cup qualifying, Honduras has not won a single game, drawing 3 and losing 3. Now, that's what it is. This was written before the Jamaica game. All right, so these are the candidates. Let's get into the candidates. On Tuesday at the Roman Villeda Morales Airport, fans and passengers yelled at Coito, requesting his resignation, and according to various reports, many in the federations were not happy with the Uruguayan coach. Now, once he departs after the Jamaica game, no matter the result, Honduras is rumored to have 4 candidates in mind to replace Fabian Coito. I actually did not caught wind of the fact that he was sacked already. I really didn't. I honestly didn't. I thought that, you know what I'm saying, like, it's strange, right? It is strange. It is quite strange. But anyways, strange things have happened before. Strange things have definitely happened. Candidates to take over: Pedro Troglio. Never heard of this guy. Argentine Pedro Troglio, who has been working with Olympia. Okay, the Olympian. Okay. I don't follow Honduran club football, but Olympia since 2019 is the strongest candidate to take over the national team. Winner of 3 titles with one of the biggest clubs in the country, Troglio. Oh, did I say Troglia? Oh man, I'm not reading properly. Troglio has experience coaching in Argentina and Paraguay. Diego Vasquez comes to mind. Fellow Argentine Diego Vasquez, the long-standing coach of Motagua since 2013 and the winner of 6 titles with the club. His only coaching experience. Vasquez is not the media darling that Troglio is, but has experience as both player and coach in Honduras. Second-tier candidates: Ramon Maradiaga, who has not coached since 2018 and coached the national team back in the 98 to 2002. Maradiaga coached Guatemala and El Salvador on various occasions as well. Hector Vargas, current coach of Marathon, could step in as he has won numerous titles, having coached his current club at Olympia until 2017. So thank you very much for actually listening and, dealing with me reading through that article. And what we're going to be doing, we're definitely going to, go back to the FIFA website here and continue talking about the CONCACAF region. And then we're going to move on to CONMEBOL. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think if Fabian Coito deserve to get the sack. So let me revert to the comments right now. Thank you very much. We got a super chat here. Appreciate it, man. You guys are nice. God damn. God damn. Big up to Call of Centauri, who says, if I ditch my cable package for football, will I still get the qualifiers that are on NBC and ESPN, or will those games be blocked? Shout out to my boys, Puerto Rico, for a very respectable first round. You're absolutely right about Puerto Rico, but you're absolutely wrong about ditching your cable package for football and still getting NBCSN. No, you won't. No, you won't, bro. No, you won't. No, you won't. That's what, listen, I hardly watch cable. Hardly. Sometimes I feel bad that I even pay for cable, right? But it comes, it's part of, I have Verizon, Fios, I have internet. I don't have Fios. I don't have a telephone line here, but I have Fios still, whatever. I have the cable package, and I have, with the cable package comes the sports package. I hardly turn on the TV itself to watch cable from the cable box. But a lot of the perks come on mobile as well. So with me always on the run, using my phone, I'm at work, I could watch games on NBCSN and ESPN. I think I do have ESPN Plus, but there's a lot of perks, a lot of perks you get with your cable package. All you have to do is put in like your Verizon or whatever your cable network password, and you go right in. So Football TV, bro, I don't recommend it, bro. Join the Discord server. The links in the description box, and we all could help you out with some links where you could watch stuff that's on football for free without actually getting football. Sorry, football, but I can't sign up for another one, man. I have Paramount Plus, I have ESPN Plus, I have Peacock Premium, and I still have cable and Netflix, Spotify Premium. Jesus Christ, God, Nate, I have a lot of things. I've signed up for. So thank you very much there, Cole. But don't ditch your cable package, bro. You know what I mean? You might miss it. You definitely miss it. A big up to Bone 6000 as well, who says, you're the man, Dom. Can't wait for Canada's next 2 games in Edmonton in November. Cold as ice. Ooh, I hate going Canada in the winter. Too damn cold, man. Too damn cold. So Robert Druchetta said, as an ex-coach, that's a bit rough. Deciding on one half of football. Yeah, I think actually Honduras has been heading in the wrong direction, and I think that's why they've decided to actually sack him. Cueto has not been good. Definitely haven't been good. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Cole, no problem, bro. No problem. Because I've thought about ditching my cable package many times, but I just had to keep it. You see what I'm saying? It's better to keep her. You see what I'm saying? Better. Much better. So, look, let's get into the final round. Let's do a recap of what happened in the games really quick. It won't be long. And then we are going to wrap up with CONCACAF. Look, I'm not going to go deep into the games. Just want to put it out there. Because I made 5 separate clips on the channel, along with the main clip, 50 minutes, for you to go and hear what I had to say about the games, okay? So today is not to really get into the games, but I'm still going to recap the games really quick, briefly, in terms of who scored and who didn't score and things like that, okay? And that's it. USA 2, Costa Rica 1. Kesha Fuller in the first minute. Sergio Dest with a screamer in the 25th minute. So after Costa Rica scored, they seemingly went into their shells, and the U.S. youth team, which is the youngest ever team fielded in a World Cup qualifier, might have been a competitive game by any manager. And I was saying to myself, Greg Berhalter, you're about to screw this up. But the youths of the USA, you know, they say the youth are the future, the children are the future. They're basically kids, because there were 6 players under the age of 21 for the USA, while for Costa Rica, there was about 6 players over the age of 30 in the 11. And not to talk about guys like Sorobio, I think his name is, who came off the bench, who's about almost 40, and Bolaños, who's 37. So you have guys on the Costa Rican team who could be fathers to the guys on the USA team. But it was the youngsters who sunned the old men of Costa Rica, because they did play like old men. Their legs give out. Even Brian Ruiz chasing that ball in the second half, his legs give out. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the legs to challenge for the entire 90. And the youngsters of the USA were all over them, man. So Gino Dest with that goal, brilliant. And then that Lionel Moreira own goal after he came on as a goalkeeper for the injured Keylor Navas. Just, put the nail in Costa Rica's coffin. Bright performance by the USA after Greg Berhalter made 10 changes. I thought Greg was gonna blow it again, but good bounce back after the loss to Panama. Quality performance by the USA, not so much by Costa Rica. Just want to put it out there, But look, I should give you guys something better to look at on the screen, though. Like, what am I doing? Come on, man. Come on, Dom. You could do better in terms of the visuals. All right, that's much more like it, okay? So, big up to the boy Ricardo Pepi, who didn't have a lot of service in that game. But look, Guys like Brendan Aronson, McKennie, Tyler Adams, Yunus Musa, all look bright. Even Chris Richards, man, good tackle there to stop that, goal-saving tackle. And the Robinsons, brothers from another mother, Miles and Anthony, was quite solid. Zach Steffen, not much to do in goal. So, good win for the USA. 3 points. 3 points. USA, I will review each and every team's window in a sec. But let me just get through the games really quick. Canada 4, Panama 1, Rolando Blackburn in the 5th minute. And similar to the USA-Costa Rica game where Costa Rica scored first and, kind of fell asleep after, Panama kind of did the same. And I think the crowd got to them, the players got in their heads, and they just lost a psychological battle. They say, look, it's a psychological war out here every single day. People are constantly testing you. And Panama failed the test miserably. You see what I'm saying? Bastinas losing his head there when the substitute warming up touched him. I think that was Henry. The substitute actually touched him. Why are you touching the guy for, though? But, you know what I'm saying? You got to play mind games, and Bastinas just lost it. See what I'm saying? And that's where Panama lost the game. They just lost the plot. But Alphonso Davies, man. Stand up, man. Brilliant. Own goal from his corner in the 28th minute. Then Davies with that wonder goal, keeping the ball in play in the 66th minute. Tajon Buchanan in the 71st. And Jonathan David in the 78th. Look, Alphonso Davies, a hand in most of the goals, man. You know what I mean? Larea with the assist for the Tajon Buchanan goal, but it was all Alphonso Davies, who I'm now crowning the best player in CONCACAF at the moment. Do not argue with me. I just want to put it out there. Do not argue with me in terms of that. Don't argue. Guys, if you haven't yet smashed the thumbs up button, make sure you do so. We'll definitely appreciate it. 4-1 win for John Herdman's men. He celebrated like he was actually on the field scoring the goals. Canadians celebrated with their fans, and they're looking poised to make the cut for Qatar 2022. If their second half of their World Cup qualifiers campaign is anything like their first, they're definitely making it. Canada, stand up. You guys are looking beautiful. Honduras 0. We talked about Honduras a while ago with Fabian Coita getting the sack. No one has been appointed as yet. Jamaica 2. Their manager, Tapper Whitmore, was under a lot of pressure. Same kind of pressure he was when Jamaica made their debut at the 1998 World Cup. When, he came up against teams like Japan and Argentina. A lot of pressure. I think the other team in the group, who was the other team in the group? Was it Croatia? I can't even remember, man. But I remember those two teams. Tapper Whitmore, look, you deserve some credit here. We're not going to take the credit away from Jamaica here. Like some people commented and say, oh, Dom, I don't know what you're talking about. You were on point with some of the other games, with the other games. But this game, Jamaica didn't play well. No, Jamaica actually played well. To go to San Pedro Sula and pick up a 2-0 win, it's not an easy feat. Hostile Honduran fans in the stadium and everything. It is not an easy feat. So we got to give Jamaica, whether it was a scrappy win or not, according to some, they still went out there, did their thing, and they were good. I got to give it to Jamaica. They were good. And with this win, it could actually give them more hope, and they could now compete. You see what I'm saying? They could start to dream again, because being down towards the bottom of the table there, that would not have been a good feeling at all. You see what I'm saying? So Jamaica, stand up, man. Kimar Roof in a 38-minute, O'Neal Fisher scoring his first international goal in the 79th minute. Give Jamaica the 2-0 win. What a go Jamaican! Y'all were damn good. You know what I'm saying? And guys, I do understand the Jamaican language, and I do speak the Patois as well, because I'm from St. Vincent, and it's pretty much the same damn thing. So yeah, man. Yeah, you guys know sometimes it's very difficult to communicate with the Jamaicans, who when they talk in the raw patois. But anyways, yeah. Good stuff by Jamaica. Good stuff. I like that. Caribbean, stand up, man. All the Caribbean team left. And I know I've said some things about Jamaica in the past, Not going to take him back, but you got to give credit when credit's due. And last but not least, El Salvador 0, picking up their first home loss, Mexico 2. And this was also another scrappy win by Mexico. They did make about 8 changes, and you have to give El Salvador the credit for putting up a fight. They weren't blown away. 1-0 up until the 93rd minute when a penalty was, given. And with Jacobo sent off in the 48th minute, they did put up a good fight with 10 men. So, big up to El Salvador. Still, they could take some positives away from this one. And I think Hugo Perez is doing a great job with the team. Hector Moreno, 38th minute, corner, headed in. Raul Jimenez, penalty spot in the 93rd. Nestor Arroyo sent off in the 67th. Mario Jacobo in the 48th. Mexico stay on top of the table, unbeaten in the octagonal so far. And that rounds off what happened in October. So with that being said, I'd like to take the time to big up to everybody in the stream, man. You guys are the real deal, man. Nice to see y'all in here. And I'm enjoying myself doing what I love because I like to get into the nitty-gritty here. Not to focus on all the vanity metrics and the views and things and all of that, but just to know what's going on in terms of World Cup qualifiers. Because as I mentioned before at the start, a lot of people are going to talk about the World Cup. And I personally I'm going to do this. We'll go in the comment section and ask them, where were you during the qualifiers, huh? Where you want to go? You want to just come and you just want to, what? Ride the train, right? You want to ride the wave, the World Cup wave. That's what you're doing? Yeah. Got to keep it real, man. Big up to everybody in here. Joel A1 area. Steve, football follower. Cole. We have Zachary in here. Who else we got in here, man? Sydney football legend MK. Nippon in the house. Elias Abdi. Robert Drusetta coming out of Australia right about now. Palomo. Question. How much of an advantage is playing at home in CONCACAF region? It's bigger here in Australia due to travel times, for instance. Yeah, it is an advantage. Definitely home advantage. Definitely, because, for example, in Jamaica, the pitch isn't like the best. So the Jamaicans would know how to play on those rougher pitches. You see what I'm saying? While the teams that like to pass the ball on the ground, they may have some problems. You know what I mean? And you go to El Salvador, well, in one of the games, I think the game against Panama, the pitch was like so wet and the fans are hostile. You see what I mean? So these are things that has to come into play. In the USA, they tend to, when they play Jamaica, they'll host the game in Texas where there's not many Jamaicans to go to the game and things like that. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man. Stuff like that. Canada, it gets cold during the fall and the winter months. Very cold, severely cold. You feel me? So Central America is very hot. So yeah, it's home advantage, man. It's about knowing the conditions, knowing about the conditions. So Legend MK is saying, I don't usually make it to your streams live because it's very late here in Macedonia when you go live, but I'm happy when I do. And you could always watch the replay of the streams, so those are always good. Those are always good. David is saying, glad to see that Jamaica's still fighting. Definitely, definitely. Big up to everybody. Big up to AD744 in the house. Big up everybody. Make sure you guys smash up the thumbs up button. Let's get the stream up to 50 thumbs up. Let's do this. So what I'm going to do right now, before we do move on to CONMEBOL, we're going to take a look at how each team did in October compared to how they did in September. All right. So let's just go and take a look at the table, right? Let's take a look at the table. Let's take a look at the table. I wish I could get a table after every game, but yeah, I can't do that right now. But look, let's take a look at, let's start from the bottom here. Let's start from the bottom, Honduras, right? Let's start from the bottom, Honduras, and just assess what they did in October and in September. So for Honduras, the games in October, they lost to Jamaica, lost to Mexico, and drew 0-0 at home to Costa Rica. So 2 home games, they only picked up 1 point. The away match, they lost. And in October, they didn't score a single goal. Hence the reason why Koito eventually got the sack. They wanted to sack him since last month, but allowed him 3 more games. Maybe they couldn't find the right managers yet. And Honduras really struggled by picking up only 1 point in October. Compared to what they did in September, wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. To start with, it wasn't too bad because they picked up a point against Canada, a point against El Salvador, and those are 2 games on the road. So that was pretty decent. But then when they met the USA, they took the lead and then gave up the lead, lost 4-1. So 2 points in September, 1 point in October. Manager sacked. Obviously, they did a lot better in September than they did in October. And the October form, very, very poor. And the fact that it didn't do well in October, it could mean that they may just, this window, this break, could actually be so detrimental in terms of their whole World Cup qualifying campaign, because then a new manager comes in, has to either adopt a similar or his own system, his own style, and then the players have to, get with that again, and then that might take some time to catch on, or who knows, they may just hit the ground running. You never ever know. You never ever know. It could work out that way as well. But for Honduras, man, very, very poor. Very, very poor in terms of their October international break there. So the next team that we're going to talk about, El Salvador. In terms of September for El Salvador picked up, let me just make sure I'm getting everything right, a 0-0 draw against the USA to start with, a 0-0 draw against Honduras, and a 3-0 loss to Canada. So they didn't actually score a single goal in September, which is not good. Not good at all. Well, definitely not good. They also played a game against Guatemala. I didn't even know that. May have been second string team, maybe just for prep. But they didn't do well in September at all. But fairly okay. 2 points, right? Fairly okay. And then you go into, well, I should say, they did okay. Not the greatest, but they did okay. 2 points. It's El Salvador. We never expected a lot from them. So to start with 2 points, not bad. When you go to the October international break, that 1-0 win against Panama was absolutely huge, right? That's 3 points. That's already a better point tally than they picked up in September. But what's worrying is losing their last 2 games. A positive is that they have scored 2 goals, but they've also conceded 4 goals, right? They conceded 3 in September. Now they've conceded 4 in October. So they have some positives, but they got 2 negatives there with the 2 losses against Mexico and Costa Rica. I expected them to do a lot better against Costa Rica, but Keylor Navas was the difference, I have to say. Pushed over against Mexico, however, though, at home. So, look, El Salvador, 5 points. 5 points for El Salvador. If you take a look briefly at their November games, they play Jamaica and they play Panama. They have to look to get something from those games. Even if they get 1 or 2 points, they got to get something. Or else the other teams would start, creating space and moving ahead. And if they don't get any points, it would mean that Jamaica will get 3 and Panama will get 3, and they would, put some distance in between El Salvador and themselves. So with that being said, El Salvador, a better window in terms of points, but overall performance, I think September a little bit more stellar. For Jamaica, and we're moving on. We're not wasting time. And as I mentioned, all the teams in CONCACAF are still alive. We do have to talk about CONMEBOL, and I do have some articles on the African Confederation, the UEFA Confederation, and we're going to go through each and every confederation quickly to see who's still alive and who's not. And if I have time towards the end, we'll try to put together a list of teams that could still realistically qualify for the World Cup. So in September for Jamaica, let's just talk quickly about September. They didn't do well at all. Lost to Mexico, lost to Panama, and they picked up 1 point against Costa Rica on the road, and that was a positive. And what I learned from the Jamaican point against Costa Rica is that there was some continuity there. Definitely. A game against the USA, they were pushed over 2-0, right? So 1 point in September, but the ends ended up picking up 4 points in October by drawing to Canada, which is a good achievement, and beating Honduras on the road. So Jamaica picking up 4 points in October. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. They've had one of the better international breaks in terms of the octagonal for sure. And as you guys continue to listen, and you'll hear how many points each and every team pick up during the October break. I may do this again in a standalone video, but I just wanted to go through this with you guys live and direct. So well done Jamaica, well done in October. You've actually probably saved the World Cup qualifiers by picking up the 4 points here in October. But November is going to be a challenge. They play El Salvador and then they play the USA at home. If they could walk away with 4 points, that'll look even better. It'll look even better on your resume while applying to go to Qatar, basically. So we're going to move right on. Going to continue on. 5th place right now, Costa Rica. And they only have 5 points. They got 6 points, pardon me. They got 6 points. And for Costa Rica, in September for Costa Rica, drew 0-0 to Panama, lost a goal to 0 at home to Mexico, and drew 1-1 against Jamaica. So, not bad. They got 2 points, okay? They got 2 points. So look, surprisingly, they did better. They did better in October than they did in September. But the loss against the USA, I think it just made them look worse than they actually performed, though. Because up until then, it was a decent effort. But the way Brian Ruiz couldn't really run in behind and they were just outran in the game against the USA, we're now starting to really understand what could actually stop Costa Rica from qualifying for the World Cup. We are understanding what could stop them, and that's the age of the players not being able to keep up with the youthful vigor of a Canada, of a USA, of a Mexico. You see what I mean? Jamaica picked up points against them. Panama as well. So they fall behind these teams. They fall behind these teams. And that's why right now, look at their position. They're 5th. Those 4 teams are going to outrun Costa Rica and most likely pip them to those top 4 spots. Basically. So they did have a better window, picking up 4 points, a 0-0 draw against Honduras, a 2-1 win against El Salvador, but they did lose against the USA. So we're going to move right on. Panama, on the other hand, had a great window in September. They did really well in September. You go back to the September games, Panama, they drew 0-0 to Costa Rica, beat Jamaica 3-0, and drew with Mexico of all teams to pick up 5 points in September. But when they came into October, didn't start well by losing on the road to El Salvador, but bounced back by beating the USA. What if Greg Berhalter did not, let's say, prioritize the Costa Rica game and played a weaker team against Panama, which he should have never done? He should have put out a well-balanced team against Panama. And if he had done that, Panama most likely would have picked up 1 point in October. They only picked up 3 points. 5 in September, 3 in October, right? They lost horribly to Canada, 4-1. They have to bounce back in November where they play Honduras, and they play El Salvador. And those teams are below them in the table, and that's quite a possibility for Panama, right? But El Salvador, they beat them already. It will be a home game for Panama. So, look, nothing is set in stone. Nothing is guaranteed. It's going to be a challenge. But Panama definitely declined from their September showing, and they would need to get things back together. Canada has been absolutely brilliant so far in World Cup qualifiers. September, a 1-1 draw against Honduras, 1-1 against the USA, and they beat El Salvador to pick up 5 points. It's also a similar October break where they picked up another 5 points by drawing against Mexico, of all teams, joined to Jamaica, and beating Panama 4-1. And I think the draw against Jamaica was not seen as points dropped by the Canadian national team, but as a point gained. I think they're looking at things in a very, very positive light, and that's how you have to approach World Cup qualifiers. So let's say in the next 2 international breaks, right? Canada do play Costa Rica, and they play Mexico. Let's say they get 4 points. That's brilliant. And let's say in January, they pick up another 4 points. That's 18 points for Canada, right? That's 18 points for Canada with 4 games to go. With El Salvador, Costa Rica, Jamaica, and Panama, Canada would fancy their chances of qualifying directly for the World Cup. I just said directly. Okay? Stellar. They've been really, really good. Good in September. Good in October. As for the USA, and by the way, big up to everybody in the chat right about now. Appreciate everybody in here right now, man. Make sure you like the video. As for the USA, they're second in the table, 11 points. In terms of the matches in September, 0-0 draw against El Salvador, 1-1 against Canada, and they did beat Honduras 4-1. So they picked up 5 points. They did much better. Even though they lost the game against Panama, it was a much better window in terms of points tally in October. So you see, it's according to how you look at it. It's according to perspective. It was a horrible loss. They didn't register the shots on target, but still beat Jamaica and beat Costa Rica, which 2 wins is actually better than a win and 2 draws. So the loss, you know, it's a mere blip in what's going on right now, it seems, right? People are calling for Berhalter to get sacked. I don't think they should sack him. I just think Berhalter should stop playing around. 'Cause if he doesn't play around, the USA could have been ahead of Mexico. You see what I mean? By winning against El Salvador and winning that game against Panama. The USA would have been on top. They're talking about right now. But they're second, 11 points. Mexico. As much as I have not been impressed with Mexico, they did have a very impressive game in October that I'll get to. But in September, I think they kind of, struggled a bit. Even though they won won a few games and won 2 games, drew 1. I think they kind of, they didn't look at their best. 2-1 against Jamaica to kick things off. 1-0 against Costa Rica. And 1-1 against Panama. None of these performances were convincing. Then they played against Canada. Not convincing in a 1-1 draw. But that 3-0 win against Honduras was their best game thus far in World Cup qualifiers, in my opinion. And then against El Salvador, they had to really, really grind out that result. They still pushed aside El Salvador in the end. And they picked up 7 points during the October international break. For November, so they did better than they actually picked up the same amount of points. So it's a similar performance to what they did in September, right? So them and Canada, same months. That's the reason why both teams are unbeaten so far, in my opinion. They've challenged and they've done well. But when you take a look at the November games, USA and Canada. This is where the real tests come in. This is where the real tests come in. Could the USA pick 3 points off Mexico? Because they've been getting the better of Mexico lately. Could Canada at home pick 3 points off Mexico? It's going to be cold. Could they do it? Could they do it? It's a possibility. We could see Mexico go without any points in November. Okay? But, you know, who knows? They may just go with 6 points as well. Or they may pick up 2. So let's see, and let's cross that bridge when November gets here. So that's just my recap of what happened so far in the octagonal in terms of September and October. And just to do a comprehensive breakdown and analysis and compare the 2 months for all 8 teams thus far. Mexico, the USA, and Canada looks good to take those 3 spots. But as I said, guys, it's early. Still early. Still early. I think the table would start really shaping up after the end, like the end of January. The end of January, we could start talking, right? We could really start talking. Who knows? If Mexico win those next 2 games in November, they go up to 20 points. We could give them the spot in Qatar already, right? But I think at the end of January, when we come back after November to the World Cup qualifiers daily, yeah, the AFCON will be going on. That I'll be talking about the AFCON. God spare my life, you know, hopefully. Yeah, I'll be alive. I'll be alive, guys. Yeah, I hope you are too. But look, that's what CONCACAF is looking like right about now. Big up to everybody in the chat, man. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. We need 8 more likes to get to 50. What are you guys saying right about now, man? Talk to me. Big up to Origin Z in the house, man. What else we got here? What else we got? What else we have in terms of comments? Deem Match Channel is saying prediction: Mexico, USA, Canada, Costa Rica. Really? God damn. Really? Costa Rica? Panama, Jamaica, 100 US and El Salvador. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Big up to Alex. Marian, if you had to put a percentage on it, what are the chances that Canada will make it to Qatar? Right now, percentage, I've made up my mind already. 100%. Canada's making it. I'm calling it. I called it already. Initially, I thought they were going to miss it. But after the Gold Cup, I'm like 100% Canada makes the World Cup. 100. Their players are good. I could see a good player, man. They passed my eye test, man. When at the first time I even saw that left back that be coming off the bench by the name of Sam Adukudbe, I'm like, that guy's nice. Richie Larea, these guys are running for the entire 90. You see what I'm saying? Victoria at the back as well. When you see Alistair Johnson, these guys are determined. These guys not playing no games. You think John Herdman is playing games like Greg Berhalter? He's not playing no games. These guys are not playing any games whatsoever. You saw when the Panamanian player were allowing the ball to go out and Alphonso Davies just got the ball and went up and scored. You think they played around? Another player would have allowed the ball to go out or kick the ball onto the player to get a throw. No, they determined. Canada are always looked at as the inferior team, the inferior nation to America. So they want to prove something and they want to make it to the World Cup. And it will be nice to make it to this World Cup and the next one where they're going to be hosted. You see what I mean? So 100%, 100%, man. They're making it. I'm confident about that. And I don't think they're going to let us down either. They won't. Well, when I say us, I mean the ones who are all predicting and putting our necks on the line, right? So, look, what we're going to be doing, guys, we're going to be moving on to CONMEBOL. We're going to be moving on to Alejandro and his confederation. Let's talk about CONMEBOL right now. In terms of CONMEBOL, this is what the table looks like. We're moving on nicely, smoothly, okay? This is what CONMEBOL looks like after 12 games. Brazil and Argentina still to play their game, but this is what the CONMEBOL Confederations looks like. Only 10 teams. And we've had some good games. We've had some really good games where some teams are on the up, some teams are stagnant, and, you know, some teams continue to surge at the top of the table. So CONMEBOL, where we had games last night, and I took my time, and I made sure I got a glimpse of 4 games. I didn't watch a Chile game. Didn't watch that one. That one was playing while 2 other games were on, and I'm like, not doing it. Not doing it at all. So, look, what we're going to be doing, guys, what we're going to be doing is we are going to move on to CONMEBOL, right? We're going to be moving on to CONMEBOL. Let's do that. But before we move on, guys, don't forget, today's stream is brought to you by Manscaped, right? For all your below the waist and personal hygiene needs, head on over to the site and get the Performance Package 4.0. Your balls would thank you. There's also a lot of other products on the site. You could see here, they have sets, Performance Package 4.0, the Perfect Package 4.0, Ultra Smooth Package, and the Crop Care Kits. There's t-shirts, boxes, a travel bag. There's a lot of wide assortments of personal grooming items to choose from. And there's also feminine products as well, the last time I checked. So you could see here Manscaped. And someone, you know, asked me, Dom, why you keep talking about Manscaped? Your analysis was good, but you talking about, you need to drop the Manscaped thing. But, you know, little do they know, there's bills. The channel comes with bills, and I'm just paying the bills. We got to pay the bills, right? We got to pay the bills. So, guys, use the code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off each and every order. Christmas is around the corner. There's always birthdays. There's always, you know, a time to treat yourself. Any time is a good time to treat a friend, a lover, or even yourself, okay? So all the links should be in the description box down below. Tell them that Dominic Rich sent you when you check out. All right, so guys, let's move on. Let's continue the conversation, and we're going to continue with CONMEBOL, okay? Let's talk about CONMEBOL. And we will also review their month of September and review their month of October in comparison, just like we did for CONCACAF. But I won't be going in depth. It won't take me 45 minutes. It might take me about 20 minutes tops, because we have more to talk about. All right, so let's go to the November 13th games here and get through these matches. And we have some news as well. We have some news that we have to touch on in terms of CONMEBOL, South American Confederation. And this is some people's favorite confederation as well. Let's start with this game, man. Bolivia. Well, no, that's the wrong game. Wrong game. I don't know where's my games, man. Thursday, November 12th. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm looking at 2020. I always do that, man. Why do I always make that mistake? Well, anytime I'm talking about CONMEBOL, I do that. Don't know why it always happens to me, man. Thursday. So it's been a year now that CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying been going on, and I didn't really pay too much attention to the early stages because of the pandemic and everything, and the Premier League season had just started, and I was like, I can't bother, man. You see what I'm saying? I can't bother. But this time around, I just I couldn't not talk about it. So CONMEBOL, let's go. Let us go. Big game. Bolivia 4, Paraguay 0. What? What a performance by Bolivia. Rodrigo Ramalho in the 21st minute, water goal from distance. Jesus, Lord, help Paraguay. Moises Angulo in the 53rd minute. Victor Abrego in the 84th, and Roberto Fernandez in the 94th minute to give Bolivia a resounding 4-0 victory over Paraguay. So, head coach Cesar Farias and his boys were absolutely on fire, man. Goddamn, give it up to Bolivia. You gotta give it to Bolivia. And we'll get to the October month pretty soon. But after this game, big news came out that manager Eduardo Berizzo of Paraguay has been sacked. Definitely has been sacked. So let's go over to that situation that developed. And the Argentinian has been relieved of his duties as the Paraguayan manager. News: Paraguay fire head coach Eduardo Berizzo after 4-0 loss to Bolivia World Cup qualifiers, right? And the thing is, right? The thing about Paraguay, right? Let's just go back to this right now. Paraguay weren't doing too bad. They got 12 points. They weren't too... And I think they expected a 3 points against Bolivia. They would have went up, to 15 points. But look, Bolivia right now ahead of Paraguay. You got to keep an eye on Bolivia and Chile right now. They're coming up. They're on the come up, guys. They're on the come up, man. They're creeping on the come up. So, look. Just to get back, just wanted to show you guys the table right there. Big win for Bolivia over Paraguay there. And I actually thought I shared the page there, yeah, I should have did that. I don't know what happened. But Eduardo Berizzo, let's go. News, quick news right there. Pretty small. Let's make that a lot bigger than that. All right. Paraguay fire head coach Eduardo Berizzo after 4-0 loss to Bolivia at World Cup qualifiers. Thursday's loss in the South American World Cup qualifiers sealed the fate of Eduardo Berizzo, who was dismissed as the head coach of Paraguay team just after hours of the loss to Bolivia in La Paz, right? This is from republicworld.com. Thursday's loss in the South American World Cup qualifiers sealed the fate of Eduardo Berizzo. Blah, 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 blah. I read that already. La Albiroja. All right, let me go back there. It's like Albi Celeste, right? Yeah. La Albiroja began the triple round of the South American World Cup qualifiers with an encouraging draw against Argentina, where the freaking goalkeeper was absolutely amazing, right? But fell 2-0 on their visit to Chile. The future of Eduardo Berizzo, 51, then seemed to depend on the result he obtained against Bolivia and La Paz. The 4-0 setback effectively sealed the fate, right? In a match which Paraguay was about to equalize the score but missed the penalty, Antonio Sanabria's penalty. Paraguay fell to the 8th position, being surpassed by Bolivia as a result. A lot of these articles are definitely translated, so that's why it sounds so weird. It sounds really weird when you're reading it. But it's not actually a real English article. It's actually, see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, let's go all the way back to the website here. And we're going to get the games that, we were just talking about. Let me get that on screen. I don't have any other, I have a few more things to talk about, but I'll go through those when I'm done going through each and every fixture, okay? So, let's get back to this one. We're done with the Bolivia-Paraguay game, so we could scroll down. Colombia 0, Ecuador 0. This game was very, very controversial towards the end, where we had Yeremina scoring a goal, pulling out the dance moves, and just going crazy, just going berserk with the celebration. And it was all for nothing. Definitely all for nothing, man, because VAR did go back, and I think they found that he hands the ball. Ecuador did get a penalty, and they found out that was before the Yeremina goal. They found out that it was actually offside. So I don't know why Colombia were actually going, nuts about. And the thing about the South American football, they just don't give the refs a break, man. They got to give the refs a break. Big up to the boy Thriller, man. How are you doing? They have to give the refs a break. They're always hounding the refs. And I'm saying to myself, I feel sorry for these refs, because if they make a decision that is deemed not fair by the public, that referee safety is definitely in jeopardy. And they need to chill. They got to chill in South America with that hounding the ref, man. And VAR got it right. Just imagine the scenes if VAR wasn't even in South America, man. There would have been so many dodgy decisions. But with VAR, a lot of those decisions are on point because they actually catch them. I'm not saying all decisions are on point, because I think in that game, what's his name? The defensive midfielder, Wilmar Barrios, should have maybe got sent off for a tackle. They didn't spot that. So a lot of decisions, not all decisions they're going to get right. But it's very important that CONMEBOL has VAR, and it has been helping a lot. It has been helping, and VAR is very important, especially for high stakes games like this. Very, very important. I think that's where CONCACAF and the African Confederation missed the trick there. Asia has VAR, CONMEBOL has VAR, and UEFA, of course, has it. I don't know if Oceania has it, but the other confederations right now has it, with the exception of Africa and CONCACAF. So, look, Ecuador, I think, it was very good to go to Colombia and actually pick up a draw after smashing them in the previous round. I think it was 6-1. So that's a great point for Ecuador. Great point there. Great point. And with that point, Ecuador actually solidified their place in third with 17 points. And remember, guys, I did predict Ecuador to qualify for the World Cup. I think I predicted them to go through to the playoffs. And they're in third. Remember, the top 4 goes into the World Cup and 5th place goes into the playoffs. And Ecuador, I think they missed the trick with the game against Venezuela. If they had won against Venezuela, it could have been not Venezuela. It was Venezuela they played. Let me just double check. I think it was Venezuela, right? Yeah, it was Venezuela. They lost that game against Venezuela, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it was Venezuela. Let me yeah. Yeah, they lost to Venezuela 2-1. They lost the trick there. If they had picked up 3 points there, man, Ecuador would have been on 20 points right now. And they would have gotten a 4-point cushion between themselves and Colombia and Uruguay. And that would have been absolutely massive, where in 6 games, you would have only needed about 6 points, 6 to 7 points to make the cut. And that's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Right now, Ecuador need about 10 more points from their remaining 6 games. 10 points from 6 games. I think Ecuador are going back to the World Cup, barring a catastrophic November and the upcoming months. Just want to put that out there. Just got to put it out there, man. But valiant effort. Colombia, I think, missed the trick there. Didn't have the best October month at all. They've been struggling a bit. They've definitely been struggling a bit. But you know who's not struggling? Argentina. 1-0 against Peru. Lautaro Martinez with a header in the 43rd minute. Peru did fight. They did fight. They did miss a penalty. Yoshimar Yotun hit the post. I blasted it over, if I could remember. And they could have gotten a point, but yeah. Look, Peru did give Argentina a good fight. Messi wasn't able to do his thing, work his magic in the game too much. But it doesn't matter how you win him, man. As long as you get the point. It doesn't matter how scrappy they are, or if there's a deflection, like people like to say these days. Oh, it was a deflection. Deflection. So, who cares? It could be an own goal. See what I mean? It could be a goal that should have never been a goal. It's still a win. You see, and that's all that team cares about these days. A win is a win. Big point for Argentina. And with that point, Lionel Scaloni, Lionel Messi, and co, they are in second, and they're looking poised to qualify for Qatar without any hiccups, If we go back to the 2018 World Cup table, Argentina was struggling, and I mean struggling. They could have missed out. They qualified on the last day. That's how close CONMEBOL was last time around, but it doesn't look like the top two spots are going to be close at all. Brazil and Argentina are going to run away with those, but the two spots, third and fourth, are going to be challenged for, and the fifth place in terms of the playoff definitely going to be challenged, because when you look over the other side of the table where Chile has seen a revival, we're going to talk about them. A revival for Chile in October. 3-0 against Venezuela. Eric Pulgar, 18th minute, header again in at 37th minute. And Ben Brereton, Big Ben Brereton, has been putting them in the back of the net lately. 3-0 against Venezuela. Disappointing result for Venezuela after that win against Ecuador. And quality stuff, man. Quality stuff. Eduardo, I think his name is Eduardo Bello. He couldn't do his thing. Eduardo Bello, if I'm not mistaken, couldn't do his thing for Venezuela this time around. But Chile, man. Chile, yeah, great window. Look at them. Chile are sixth with 13 points. 13. If Chile picks up 2 wins in November, they're back. They're back in contention for Qatar. Back indeed. Back in contention. And we all know I didn't predict Chile to do anything. Most people didn't predict Chile to do a goddamn thing for this World Cup qualifiers at all. Nothing at all. But seems like they could actually do it. Seems so. But big up to everybody in here right about now, man. If I haven't shouted you out yet, that's a shout out for you. And good win for Chile. We will compare the September and October in just a second. And we have one more game to go through there. Brazil 4, Uruguay 1. This is actually very, very worrying. Very, very worrying for Oscar Tabarez and Uruguay. Not a very good October international break at all. Neymar in the 10th minute. What a goal that was, right? And then Rafinha. Big up to the boy Rafinha with a brace, 18th and 58th minute. And I told Thriller and Zachary and Co. in the Discord server that I don't know if they actually paid me any attention, but Rafinha will not be a Leeds player next summer for sure. I could guarantee that. I'm 100% sure about that. I'm hoping my team, Man City, picks him up with the departure of Raheem Sterling pretty soon. And we could bring in another Brazilian in Rafinha, who is an absolute gem. He's going to cost about 50 mil though. Or more. Probably more. They better start negotiating now. Or else, it's going to cost quite a lot. Gabriel Barbosa in the 83rd minute. But Luis Suarez did score in the 77th minute. And I have a stat for you here. I definitely have a stat for you in terms of that one. I think Suarez was the first person to score a goal on Brazilian soil that ended a run of 9 games without conceding. It has been 9 games in World Cup qualifiers in South America that Brazil did not concede at home. The longest of any team in the history of the tournament breached. Suarez, good free kick, but Ederson, I think he saw it late. And yeah, I honestly think, I know Ederson is my keeper, but I honestly think any other goalkeeper would have stopped that. If it was Weverton or if it was Alisson Becker, that was saved. And that's my only criticism of Ederson. He gets beaten too damn easily, man. Seriously. Even that Salah won the goal. How did Ederson get beaten? How? You see what I'm saying? Be too casual at times. He's a brilliant keeper, but he's too casual at times. Just want to put it out there. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to scroll down. We have the entire table right there. And we're going to take a look at each team September compared to October real quick. We won't be taking long. And then we go on to the other confederations. all teams in South America are still in with a shot. All of them. Even Venezuela, right? Just slightly. 6 games, that's 18 points. They could get a maximum of 25. If Venezuela lose their next game, let's say they don't have a good international break in November, that's it. They could no longer qualify for Qatar. It's almost there. Almost there, if not already there. But it's not, because mathematically they could still finish ahead of Ecuador, Colombia, Uruguay, and all the other teams above them, with the exception of Argentina and Brazil. So let's just touch on Venezuela and see what they did in September compared to what they did in October. So 3-1 loss to Argentina, 1-0 loss to Peru, and a 2-1 loss to Paraguay. So they picked up no points at all in September. In October, 3-1 loss to Brazil. They beat Ecuador 2-1 and lost to Chile. So they did have a better international break, but all together is still very bad. 3 points across 6 matches. 3 points out of 18. It is horrible. Venezuela will not qualify for the World Cup. I'm going to call it right now, and I know most of you guys have already called it, right? So we move on to Peru, who are 9th right now. I don't know why I just did that, but I thought I was on my other page. I don't know why I just did that, but oops. Peru. 9th, 11 points, and that was not a good international break for Ricardo Gareca and his boys at all. But let's go back to September. 1-1 against Uruguay, 1-0 against Venezuela, and they lost to Brazil. So 4 points in September, and in October, they only picked up 3 with a 2-0 win against Chile, lost to Bolivia, which is unacceptable, but it was in La Paz, even though Bolivia had a red card, and they lost to Argentina. Narrow losses, but nevertheless, not a good international break at all. Not at all. They have only picked up 5 points out of a possible 18, which is absolutely poor. Hence the reason why they are 9th in the table. Peru, you got to get your act together. 6 matches left. You could still get a maximum of 29 points. So then it's not all doom and gloom yet for Peru, right? Paraguay, who sacked their manager Eduardo Berizzo, and they're currently on 12 points. I don't know why they pulled the trigger that quick. They had 6 draws and 2 wins. They should have kept with Eduardo. I don't think anybody's going to come in and change their fortunes, in my opinion. I predicted them not to make it, and I don't think they'll make it. In September, lost 2-0 to Ecuador, drew with Colombia 1-1, and defeated Venezuela. So 4 points in September, but their fortunes in October is different. 0-0 against Argentina, which was a big point, and probably they thought they were going to do well, but they lost to Chile and lost to Bolivia. So they picked up a single point after getting 4, in September. So 5 points out of 18. Another poor window by the teams down towards the bottom of the table there, I have to say. Bolivia, stand up, because you were brilliant. You were absolutely brilliant in October. But for the September window, 1-1 draw against Colombia, lost 4-2 against Uruguay, and lost to Argentina. So they only picked up 1 point in September. But in October, they lost 3-0 to Ecuador. But they defeated Peru 1-0 and defeated Paraguay to pick up 6 points, which has been their best international break so far. 6 points. Imagine before October, Bolivia only had 6 points. Now they have 12. They're in 7th. And they're only 4 points off that playoff spot that is occupied by Uruguay. And who knows, man? Anything could happen. As for Chile, stand up as well. One of the better teams in October. But in September, not so good. Brazil 1, Chile 0, Ecuador 0, Chile 0, and Colombia 3, Chile 1. So Chile only picked up a point in September, only scored once against Colombia in a loss. But in October, didn't start too good. They lost to Peru, but they bounced back with 2 big wins against Paraguay, a 2-0 win, and a 3-0 win against Venezuela. Now scoring 5 goals, conceding none across those 2 games, but overall conceded 2 goals. But 6 points there. And in terms of their 2 windows, 7 points across, 18 games, 7 points. Not good, but a lot better than they did, they did a lot better in October than they did in September. So Chile have now moved up 3 points behind Uruguay, 3 points off from the playoff spot. Imagine before those 2 wins, they had 7 points. So you see how quick the window could change, all right? Look, I'd like to take the time to thank everybody in here right about now. Thank everybody who has dropped super chats, liked the video, made comments in the, the stream and everything. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. We need 3 more thumbs up to get to 50. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you're yet to do so. We'll definitely appreciate that, man. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Look, Chile, great October international break. You know who did not have such a great international break? Uruguay. Uruguay did not do well at all. Didn't do well. They did a lot better in September, where they picked up a 1-1 draw against Peru, a 4-2 win against Bolivia, and then a 1-0 win against Ecuador, which meant that they picked up 7 points compared to picking up 1 in October, a 0-0 draw against Colombia. They lost 3-0 to Argentina and got destroyed 4-1 against Brazil. It could have been 10-0 or 10-1 if it wasn't for Muslera. Brazil were peppering the goal. So, look, 7 points in September, 1 point in October, 8 out of 18. Not good. You fail. And I read, I bumped into an article that there's concerns over Oscar Tabarez and the effect he's having on the team at the moment, where the morale in the squad might be a bit low, and who knows, changes could be made. Even though I think he's about 75 years old right now, he can't walk, and it's like they probably want to call time in his career pretty soon. I think they wanted to give him 1 more World Cup, but let's say in November it doesn't change, because in November they play Argentina and then they have Bolivia in La Paz. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to get easier. It ain't going to get easier at all. But to be fair to them, their remaining games aren't that daunting though. Apart from the Argentina game, they have Bolivia, Paraguay, Venezuela, Peru, and Chile. So I think Uruguay, man, just squeaking, right? Maybe. So with that being said, we move into Colombia, currently on 16 points as well, and they are in 4th. So they did not have a good international break, picking up 3 draws, right? But what did they do in September comparing to what they did in October? September, 1-1 against Bolivia in La Paz, 1-1 against Paraguay, and a 3-1 against Peru. So they've been the draw kings. So far. You take a look at the table there in terms of draws. For Colombia, they have 7 draws. They have picked up the most draws, and 3 draws. Well, 1 draw. Well, Paraguay has 6. Yeah, I actually didn't see Paraguay there, but they are the draw kings of the Confederation. But in October, as I mentioned, 3 draws. And let me just recap September. 1-1 against Bolivia, 1-1 against Colombia, 3-1 against, not Colombia, Paraguay. I am talking about Colombia. And 3-1 against Chile. So they picked up 5 points in September, and they picked up 3 in October. 0-0 against Uruguay. And this is crazy, right? They didn't concede a single goal, and they didn't score a single goal in October. Concerning, but maybe some positives, because you're playing Uruguay, you're playing Brazil, and you played against Ecuador, who are on a upward surge these days. So overall, they picked up another 8 points, which is not great, but still, points on the board is points on the board. And it takes us now to Ecuador. Ecuador, I think they could have done a lot better. Ecuador could have been up there with Argentina if they were a bit more, clinical, or they had more killer instinct going on for them right about now. In September, 2-0 against Paraguay, 0-0 against Chile, and they lost to Uruguay. So they picked up 4 points in September. In October, 3-0 against Bolivia, they lost to Venezuela, and they drew 0-0 to Colombia. So another 8 points. So a lot of teams did pretty similar in terms of across the last 2 windows, right? So they have 17 points. We could still consider them fighting for those spots with Colombia, Uruguay, and now Chile and Bolivia put themselves in the question. But Argentina, man, they have been very good. Unbeaten so far. If you go back to September, 3-1 against Venezuela. The game against Brazil was suspended, and they also beat Bolivia. So they picked up 6 out of 6 points in September. And then in the October break, 0-0 against Paraguay, beat Uruguay 3-0, and beat Peru to pick up 7 points. So 13 out of a possible 15 points. That's what I'm talking about. That's a team that's heading to Qatar. So Argentina, stand up. You're definitely qualifying, where they need about 3 more points to seal that place. 28 points will be enough. We've checked it. We've checked it previously. And it brings us to the top team, Brazil, who dropped points for the first time in World Cup qualifiers, as predicted by my boy Football Pharaoh. So Football Pharaoh, man, you deserve a lot of credit. You predicted Brazil to drop points this international break, and they did so in a 0-0 draw against Colombia. But what did they do in September? 1-0 against Chile, 2-0 against Peru, and in October, well, the game against Argentina, was suspended, postponed. In October, 3-1 against Venezuela, 0-0 against Colombia, and a 4-1 win against Uruguay to also give them, 13 points? 13 points out of 15? Similar to Argentina, right? So, yeah. That does it for CONMEBOL in terms of, comparison and everything. What are you guys saying in the chat, man? Who do you think will make it to the World Cup from CONMEBOL? I'm going for Brazil, Argentina. I'm going for Colombia, Uruguay. Ecuador I had coming through from the playoffs. That's who I had coming through to the playoffs. But it seems like Ecuador may want to take a direct spot. But you never know. So, yeah. Yeah, man. What else we have here? Do you think the USA will host the Club World Cup pretty soon? Well, they'll need a team to actually, I don't think so. You're not, yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Since the USA, Mexico, Canada hosting the World Cup in 2026, they may want to test out one of the venue and bring it to the USA. And I don't think, and the best team in the USA would actually participate. So that's a possibility there. Definitely a possibility. And commercially, it's going to be a success because the Club World Cup would be extended as well, if that's still in plan. I don't know if it's still in plan. I haven't actually checked anything on the Club World Cup for a very, very long time. And to keep it real, the last Club World Cup where Bayern Munich won it, I didn't even watch a single minute of that. And it came at a bad time. It came while leagues were going on and things like that. And it just came at a bad time, though. Seriously. Came at a bad time. We're dealing with the pandemic and all that kind of stuff. It came at a bad time, man. So, yeah. So, with that being said, guys, that does it for CONMEBOL. But we do have a few little tidbits to touch on. Thiago Silva did make his 100th appearance for Brazil. Let me just double check and make sure he played that game because I can't remember seeing him, you know. I mean, because Brazil, Uruguay wasn't really. Yeah, he did play. He did play, man. 100 caps for Thiago Silva. Big up to the boy Thiago Silva, man. 100 caps. I gotta get the picture though. I had a picture, the picture on the thumbnail right now, you know, of Thiago Silva holding up his jersey, 100 caps. So big up to Thiago Silva, and let me get that right now. Let me get a picture for you right now. You see what I mean? Let me get it for you right now to commemorate Thiago Silva picking up 100 points. Let me do that. Let me do that. Let me do that. Right. That's why I like StreamYard like that. It's very intuitive and it's easy to use. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to like flip through hoops and things to do things like this, you know? So, obrigado. Thank you, Thiago Silva. 100 caps, man. 100 caps. And I have something else to share with you in terms of CONMEBOL as well. And it's to commemorate another brilliant player who doesn't really, you know, get the plaudits he deserves. So let me just go down and get that for you really quick. You know, things are hard to find. Things are definitely hard to find when you need them, you know. But I got it. I got it. We have a lot of things to go through, so I shouldn't be, you know, wasting time to find these things. But, yeah. God damn. Can't find it. Can't find it. But it has to do with Moreno. Martins Moreno of Bolivia, who has the most goals right now in CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying with 8 goals. And the article was basically saying it's amazing that he has the most goals ahead of guys like Messi, guys like Suarez. All right, I was looking for it, but I could have just done this right here, right? I could have just done this and share this with you right here. Marcelo Martins Moreno, 8 goals. Neymar has 7. Messi has 6. Lautaro Martinez with 5. Luis Suarez with 5. And Michael Estrada with 5. In terms of assists, Neymar has 7. Lo Celso has 5. Moses Caicedo. Big up to Moses Caicedo, man. The youngster from Ecuador who plays his football for Brighton and Hove Albion. Definitely playing very well. Saw him in the Ecuador game against Colombia and some really good passes, man. The man is only like, isn't he like 15 still? No, I think he's about 17, 18 years old right now. Yeah, he's 19 right now. But, yeah, he was wanted by Manchester United. So, thank God you didn't go, bro. Would have been the worst move you could ever make in your career. So, big up to all the Man United fans in the house as well. But Thiago Silva, you got to give him the... yeah, I actually had that to share with you. And sorry for blocking this. Sorry for blocking this. But, yeah, you know I do things like that sometimes. You know I do that sometimes. So, I have... What else I have? Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I touched on everything, every single thing to do with CONMEBOL and CONCACAF, and we've done that all in an hour and a half. So we have some things to go through here, and we basically talking about teams that could still qualify. All the teams from CONCACAF could still qualify for the World Cup. All the teams from CONMEBOL could still qualify, but you know, Honduras and Venezuela are currently struggling towards the bottom of their respective tables there. So we're going to move on to Africa. I have a few things to, just a few little articles to share with you from Africa. I don't plan to stay very long on the African Confederation. So let's just go over to the African Confederation. And there's 2 teams who have booked their place to the final round of African World Cup qualifiers. And those teams are Senegal and Morocco. So let's just go down to the African table. All right, let me find the table really quick here. And round 2. Let's go down to the table. And we're just going to take a look really quick. We're not going to do an in-depth analysis of Africa today because I'll do that in another video. I want to do some videos in between now and the next international break of an in-depth analysis of each team. And I think the two that I did today, I'll actually use those as a head start for CONCACAF and for CONMEBOL. But while we're not live, I'll do something for Africa, Asia, and for maybe not Europe. That's 55 teams. That's a lot of teams. Africa is going to be rough as well. So I don't even know if I'll do that for Africa, though. Too many teams, man. It'll take too long. But look, just to recap the groups really quick. Algeria and Burkina Faso are the only teams alive in Group A. Niger, Djibouti could no longer qualify. So Algeria and Burkina Faso realistically could both still move on to the next round. But Algeria has the edge with that plus 17 goal difference. So it means that Burkina Faso would need to beat Algeria or draw against Algeria and absolutely destroy, and I mean destroy. I think they play, let me see who they play. I think they do play Niger. I think they play Niger in November, you know. I do think they play Niger in November, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think they do play Niger. But, yeah. Fixtures are not really out yet for November, you see. It's only November 15th, yeah, Liberia thing. But, yeah, that's what's going on there in Group A. Might be wrong. Maybe they play Djibouti. But Algeria should take that. It should. Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea. Tunisia, only team unbeaten in Group B. They should take it. They should take it. Equatorial Guinea may want to stick their head in. Zambia could still, you know, but realistically they could still, but they're out. They're out with that goal difference. They're out with that goal difference. So Tunisia should take Group B. So Mauritania, Zambia, they're out. Equatorial Guinea still alive. Remember, the ball is round. Anything could happen. Group C, it's Nigeria and Cape Verde. The other teams, well, Central African Republic mathematically could still go through. Don't think it's going to happen. Unless something ridiculous happens, right? But, yeah, should be Nigeria or Cape Verde, and I think it's going to be Nigeria. Group D, Ivory Coast or Cameroon. The other teams are out. Group E, Mali, Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda. Kenya, Rwanda out of it. It's between Uganda and Mali, who are potential debutants, which would be crazy. And it means that one of these teams, because they're ranked a little lower, they would have to play a team higher up the FIFA rankings, which would make their task even more difficult. And they would need to pull off an upset to get to the World Cup. So everything is stacked up against them. I have something good on Africa to get to show with you. It's an announcement. So wait up. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Egypt. It will be between Egypt and Libya. I think Gabon done. I think Libya done too. Egypt pretty much wrap up this group. Angola out. Egypt pretty much would go through to the next round. South Africa and Ghana are going to scrap it out for the only spot to move on to the next round here, while Ethiopia and Zimbabwe are out. Look, this one could go any which way because South Africa has been playing some good football. Ghana has been as well, but that loss to South Africa on the road could prove to be very detrimental. Group H, Senegal. Senegal have already clinched. Senegal through to the next round. Togo, Namibia, Congo out. Morocco, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Sudan, Morocco through. All the other teams, that's it, eliminated. The next games will be dead rubbers. Group J, the last group. All teams are still alive. This is the group alive. Madagascar picking up that win there against Congo DR has kept them alive. It's way open. So all these teams are still in with a shout for Qatar. And it brings you to the article I have to share with you. You guys are going to absolutely love this. This is great, great, great information for you. Okay? But I must locate it first. And I have something very good on Africa to share with you as well. So, all right. So, let me get this right now. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh, damn. Every time I need these things, you know, could never get them. Could never, ever get them, man. Wow. Wow. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, wow. Just give me 1 minute. 1 minute. It's probably right in front of my eyes, you know. But in the meantime, between time, big up to everybody in the house right about now. Thank you guys for being part of the stream. World Cup Qualifiers Daily with your boy, Dominic Rich F.C. Back again. So, all right. Okay, I got it. It was right in front of my eyes, man. Jesus Christ. Right in front of my eyes. All right. So, let's go on over to Twitter. And I have an announcement for you. Big announcement from Waleed Ziani's Twitter, and he is verified. The draw for the African World Cup Qualifiers playoffs will be held on December 18th in Doha, Qatar, on the same day as the Arab Cup final. The draw will use the December 16th FIFA rankings, and all the matches played at the Arab Cup will be counted as friendlies towards the ranking. So, News. That's what we're talking about. The 10 teams that will go into the final round. The draw will be on December 18th. So mark that date. Put it in your calendar. I should actually put that date in my calendar right now as we speak. Seriously. I should. Because if I don't, I'm not going to remember. Let me put that in my calendar right now. Let me find my calendar first. All right. Let me find my calendar. December 18th. Got to put it in. That's on a Saturday. No. Yeah, that's on a Saturday. December 18th. Bam. Africa World Cup qualifier draw. I have to put it in, man. I got to put it in. Because if I don't put it in, like, I won't remember. See what I mean? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. No, actually, I got to put it in for earlier than that. You know what I mean? I go to work on that day too. 8 p.m. 8 a.m. Pardon me. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. I'm going to be notified. The draw, it's in my calendar. And I did it. Do it as well, guys. Do it as well so you won't miss it. But I'll be talking about it that day anyway. So, you know, not like you're going to actually miss anything. I'll be talking about it. So big up to everybody in the house, man. Appreciate it. Chase Athletics, how are you doing? Really hope Angola give Egypt the game. I doubt it's going to happen, bro. Doubt. Everything is still open, you know, in some of those groups. But Senegal and Morocco, Morocco. I don't know why I'm saying Algeria. Yeah, and the reason why I'm saying Algeria is I have something on Algeria to share with you. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That is why. But big up Bethel, man. Big up Bethel. Oh, it's 16th? What? It says 18th. Bethel, bro. Chill, Bethel. The draw for the African World Cup playoffs will be held on December 18th. December 16th is the FIFA rankings, bro. Come on, Bethel. Come on, bro. Chill. Anyways, yeah. I'm gonna share that article with you right now. And we're gonna move on. We have few more things to go through in terms of Europe and that I want to get to. We don't have a lot to talk about in terms of Asia because all the teams in Asia are still pretty much alive. I think I might actually have to do another World Cup qualifiers daily, like maybe on like tomorrow night, you know. I might actually have to do something tomorrow night because I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover everything tonight at all. I have a lot of things to share with you guys. Won't be able to actually cover everything at all. So, give me 1 second. I have an alarm here going off. All right, I have something to share with you. Got something to share with you from Africa. Very important, very important. So, let's go. Let us go. Africa here. Djibouti sacked their head coach Julian Mete after they were eliminated from World Cup 2022 qualifiers, and that's Julian Mete right there, right there. Let me get this translated from French to English. Julian Mete, the end of the story that too early people made people dream. Ha. Look, man, I think Djibouti being the lowest ranked team that were in African World Cup qualifiers, they did well to get there, man. They did well to get there. You see what I'm saying? And the article reads, it is no surprise that the Djiboutian Football Federation announced Tuesday the dismissal of Julian Mete. The now ex-Sharks coach was dismissed from his post for insufficient results after a double defeat against Burkina Faso. Yeah, Burkina Faso does play Niger next month. Yeah, okay, good. Back on the 2 years of the French spent on the bench of the national selection of Djibouti. I don't know what that means. That's translated. The new 2-0 loss to Burkina Faso was one too many defeats for Julian Mete. Already beaten 4-0 by the Stallions, the Shark once again sank when they already had a series of defeats. This is part of the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. This was not being to the liking of the Djibouti football leaders. It's all started weeks ago. Misunderstandings between the 39-year-old coach and his leaders, who had dreamed a little too much after encouraging performances. Consecutive failures will change the day-to-day after. In September, after a heavy 8-0 defeat against Algeria on the first day, Julian Mete's assistants were fired during the last truce, and he survived. As for Mete himself, everything was in place to make him crack in turn, but his closeness to his players has long helped him to withstand complicated conditions where physical intimidation was not non-existent. But the Djiboutian Football Federation ended up banging its fist on the table by taking its responsibilities. On the evening of the 2-0 defeat against Burkina Faso, the FDF released a press release to announce the end of the collaboration with the French technician. Julian Mete is thus sacked for catastrophic results. After 2 years at the end of his selection, Julian Mete's record is mixed. He leaves, leaving the Sharks with a record of 13 games delivered, including 4 draws, 3 wins, and 6 losses. 29 goals conceded since taking office upon departure, including 18 in the last 4 games. Yeah, the last 4 games actually messed up his record. The record was decent, but the last 4 games actually messed it up big time, man. That game against Algeria, oh man, that really killed him. That really killed him. Exclusive, Aurelien Cheju. I don't want to be a slave to football. Wow, okay. All right, we won't be getting deeper into that one, but let me know what you guys think about that. Djibouti has sacked their manager, all right? So I think there's been a few managerial sackings in Africa that, you know, it's difficult to keep up with, man, because they don't really make news. That's the thing. They don't make news, so you never really find out about them. And it's like, okay, I missed that, but it's all right because everybody else missed it too. You see what I mean? So with that being said, I have a few more things I actually want to share with you in terms of Africa. So those are 2 big ones, definitely 2 big ones there. And we are gonna move on. Definitely gonna move on to a next article I have to share with you from Africa. But just give me a sec. Give me a sec. Definitely gotta find this thing right now. You know, searching for needles in a haystack. Pretty much. As I said, I have a lot of things to share with you guys. A lot of things. All right, so I got it. So we got to head on over to Twitter again. And it's another one from Waleed Ziani. I got to follow this guy. This guy actually is dropping some good stats here. All right. So we're going to go back over to Twitter. Waleed Ziani. Actually, let me follow this guy. This guy seems like he's Algerian. Yep, Algerian journalist. All right. With its win today, Algeria now has the joint fourth ever longest unbeaten streak in international football. That didn't come out good. I don't know why I read that like that. I was playing around too much, and with its win today, Algeria now has the joint fourth ever longest unbeaten streak in international football, 31 games. Italy on top with 37 games between 2018 and 2021, with Spain ending that one. Brazil with 35 games between 93 and 97. If anybody could tell me who ended that one, in the chat, I'm going to rate you. Spain, 35 games between 2007 and 2009. And that definitely included the winner at Euro 2008. Argentina, 31 games between 1991 and 1993. And Algeria could actually go ahead by, go ahead of Algeria could go ahead of Argentina on 33 games if they manage to pick up wins next month against Burkina Faso and against, I'm pretty sure they're playing against Djibouti next month, if I'm not mistaken. I am pretty sure they play Djibouti because they played against Niger and, wait, I don't even know, man. I gotta double check who Algeria plays next month to know for sure because I don't want to. I'm guessing, man. I don't want to be guessing. Yeah, they play Djibouti and they play Burkina Faso, so they will beat Djibouti and they will go up to fourth in that with that record. And if they beat Burkina Faso, they could get closer to Spain, and then the next official game will be on the African Cup of Nations, January 11th. That's what's scheduled. I don't know if warm-up games will actually count. Any warm-up games at all will be played. They play Sierra Leone and Equatorial Guinea in the group stages, and then they have Ivory Coast. So if they win their next, they could beat that. Look, if Algeria continues, I think Algeria are actually gonna get that record. If I'm being real, Algeria are going to get that record. They're going to beat the team that has the most unbeaten games in a row, beating Italy's 37 games. And that's going to stretch from 2018 to 2022. I'm going to predict it's difficult to beat this team. It is very difficult. Chase Athletics. Algeria has a good foundation, even in the local league and Champions League. I think no club can get a foreign player over 27 in local league. Wow. All right. So what else we have here? The friendlies are counted. Yeah, but I haven't seen any friendlies scheduled. That's the thing. No friendlies have been scheduled. That's the whole thing. It's just competitive games. And because of the compact scheduled, a lot of competitive games have been played. Not many friendlies are being played these days. I've actually not really talked about a lot of the friendlies. I wish I could. You know what I'm going to do? I might actually find a list of all the friendlies that have been played between September and October, and we got to talk about those. Because we haven't been talking about the friendlies. I did talk about New Zealand playing against Curacao, yeah, they talk about that, but still, nobody cares about the friendlies, right? Nobody cares. There's also another one. I have something else from the African Confederation to share with you. I have two more things. I have actually two more things before we move on and talk briefly on Europe here. So let me see if I could actually locate it. All right, I got it. Let's go again. I got something, and it's also on Algeria. Let's go. DZ Foot English. Riyad Mahrez has now scored 10 goals in his last 10 appearances. Let me see the date. Yeah, October 12th. Okay. I think the date is good. Riyad Mahrez, let me make sure the date is good. October 12th, was that the last day they played? Yeah, okay, good. Riyad Mahrez has now scored 10 goals in his last 10 appearances for Algeria. Mahrez now has 25 career goals for Algeria, moving him up to 5th of all time, level with Jamel Benad. So big up to the boy Mahrez of Manchester City there, nominated for the Ballon d'Or as well. I don't think he'll win it. DZ Foot English, let me follow that page as well. You know, I like to get the information, man. I'm an information junkie, man. And I think I'm making a lot of you guys information junkies as well, where I'm sharing all these tidbits with you. I'm spoiling you. I think you know what it is though? You know what it is? I think I'm actually spoiling you, and I need to stop. I need to stop spoiling you, man. You know? But we have one more thing to talk about in Africa before we move on. And that has to be, that has to do with the man who plays for Nice, but also plays for Gabon, Mario Lemina. And you can see an article here. 300,000 euros in luxury goods stolen from Mario Lemina. This is a fun article because I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk. Let me talk here. I'm gonna give you guys some conspiracy here about this whole thing. Team info. 3 armed thugs broke into the home of OGC Nice player and Gabonese international Mario Lemina on Sunday evening, threatening those who were there before grabbing a large booty. It says booty, right? A large bounty, it should be. I don't know why it says booty, I don't know why. But we can't read the whole article because it's behind a paywall. But just to get the gist of it, according to our information, 3 strangers hooded and equipped with handguns managed to enter Sunday evening around 9:30 p.m. in the home of Mario Lemina, the midfield of Nice, OGC Nice, and Gabon. Inside the premises, the 3 criminals threatened 3 women who were there before tying them up. Could somebody please explain to me why Mario Lemina has 3 women at his home? Unless it's his cousin and his mom and his sisters or something. Why he got 3 women in the house? Why? I'm screaming some type of conspiracy here that these women may be for entertainment purposes only though. You know what I mean? Don't tell nobody, hey man, this guy said that you gotta sue him. Listen, I think these women are in on it. It's an inside job. I'm calling an inside job here. They got away with jewelry, luxury jewelry, clothing, leather goods, and things like that. You see what I'm saying? And the damage is estimated at nearly 300,000 euros. God damn, it'll take me a long time to make that type of money. But listen, man, it has to be an inside job. Gotta be, you know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think about that in the chat. He's not really had the best of luck since he left Juventus. Tell me about it, man. Southampton, then he went to Fulham, relegated. I did like that goal he scored against Liverpool, though. Did like that. That was pretty cool. Yeah, if it's insured for... Yeah, he may have insurance on them, man. Johnny Long's definitely a gallus. I don't know why he's doing with 3 women in the hotel room at all, though. Really don't know. So, with that being said, guys, we're going to move on. What we're going to do really quick, right? Let's move on to Asia. Let's touch on Asia. But wait, before we do move on to Asia, remember we're talking about teams that could still make it to Qatar, right? And every confederation that we have touched on, we mentioned the teams. The OFC, just to know that the OFC, no data available right now, but all the teams, all 11 teams from the OFC could still make it to Qatar. But we know that it's only one would actually have a real chance. That team that goes into the playoffs, the Confederation playoffs, and that most likely will be New Zealand, right? So, yeah. We could eliminate all the other teams right now and say New Zealand are the only team that realistically has a chance. With that being said, we're going to move on from the OFC. Okay, just right like that. AFC, where Australia have deserted the OFC and gone into the AFC. Let's just do a quick recap of what happened and what's the table look like so far. Let's take a look at the table. Come on. Table. Round three. I'm not going in depth. My wife might hit me up pretty soon and tell me she's ready. You know what I mean? For me to pick her up from work. And by the way, guys, my wife just passed a driver's permit test. And she'll be learning to drive pretty soon. So on nights like these in the future, I won't have to go anywhere. I'll stay here and she'll come home from work. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy out there on the road though. It's probably better for me to pick her up. But still, man, you know, gotta be independent. Might not be a good thing either. She might want to go places on her own, you know, to my disapproval. But Group A, two groups of 6, 12 teams left. All teams realistically still has a chance. Syria's chances are dwindling though. Very, very thin. Almost halfway through, they only have 1 point. Iraq, not very good as well. 3 points, 3 draws and a loss. But still pretty much alive when you talk about that playoff spot in the 3rd place, you know what I mean, for the group. So Syria they're not out of it completely, right? UAE, the same record as Iraq, and Lebanon with a better record picking up their first win in the group there. And I forgot to mention though, I don't know if anybody remember, but one of these teams did score directly from a corner. I think it's a Lebanese player, if I'm not mistaken. It's either a player from Lebanon or Oman. Would somebody please remind me what happened? I cannot remember what happened. So, Matt's channel, OFC doesn't kick off until March. Yeah, we did cover all of that already. So, 300 euros is still only like 5.6 Bitcoin down. I know Bitcoin is getting on like crazy right now, though. You see what I mean, Thriller? You know? I don't own any Bitcoin, though, so that's the biggest mistake I've made so far. But I found out about Bitcoin pretty late, though. But, yeah. That's what's going on there. I think it's Lebanon or Omani player scored directly from a corner. None of you guys know? Huh? Oh, okay. So it's fine that I don't remember. None of you guys remember either. So Lebanon not doing too bad. They're challenging. Korea Republic, 8 points. And Iran at the top of the table with 10 points. So what could we tell? Nothing is set in stone because Syria with what? They still have 6 games left. They could still get a maximum of 19 points. So all the teams are alive. They're all alive. It's alive. And we move on to Group B. Saudi Arabia on top with 12 points. Looking good. Sitting pretty. Australia second with 9 points. Oman third with 6 points. Japan a fourth with 6 points, which means that second game between Japan and Oman, which will be an away game for Japan, is a must win. China does have 3 points and Vietnam without a point. I think Vietnam won't qualify. I think the battle there between Oman and Japan would actually just nullify the threat of China and Vietnam. Yeah, China, don't have to worry too much about China and Vietnam in this group. Sorry, Chinese and Vietnamese. You guys are done. You guys are doomed. But, yeah, don't have much more to add on Asia. But I wanted to touch on Asia. I'm not going to get deep into Asia because I want to do a little video. Maybe with Football Pharaoh again. Going through what happened in October and updates, because I've already talked about these groups, you know, I have, but the reason why I went in depth for CONMEBOL and CONCACAF is like I didn't do this on live stream yet. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna move into Final Confederation, and that's UEFA. Let's talk about UEFA, man. I've done an in-depth analysis of UEFA already. So we won't be really going crazy. But what I do have is some articles to share with you. Some very, very important articles. And I will be running through a lot of them. All right? We'll be running through a lot of them. So let me do some things before I do share this first one with you. And we won't stay very long on this one, though. So let's go. For the first article, Rui Patricio has become a centurion, and the group of players with 100 caps now has 7, but he's become the 7th Portuguese player to pick up 100 caps, all right? Yeah, the translation always gets me. Against Luxembourg, the Roma keeper stamped the 100 game for Portugal and joined Ronaldo, João Moutinho, Luis Figo, Pepe, Nani, and Couto. Santos remembers that the last game of qualifying will be decisive. That's Fernando Santos, Cristiano Ronaldo, João Moutinho, Luis Figo, Pepe, Nani, and Fernando Couto. Until this Tuesday, only 6 players had reached the barrier of 100 caps for the national team. Bruno Alves made it to 96. Rui Costa made it to 94. Ricardo Carvalho did not make it past 89. Against Luxembourg, Rui Patricio left Alves, Costa, Carvalho behind and joined Ronaldo, Moutinho, Figo, Pepe, Nani, and Couto to become centurion for Portugal. So congratulations, man. Congratulations to Rui Patricio, though, who was part of the Euro 16 winning team. And we're not going to get too deeper into this at all because it's a lot to read, It's a lot to go through. But just wanted to bring that to your understanding. Just give that information to you there. That's a thing. So, I have another thing to share with you. Let's move on to the next one here. And this one is on Twitter. It's written in Polish. But this is just to confirm that FIFA has closed its investigation on the alleged racist gestures from Kamil Glik during the Poland versus England match. They didn't find any evidence of racist behavior from Kamil Glik. So if there's anybody in here from Poland and you could translate that from Jakub Kwiatkowski's Twitter, let me know, okay? That'll be very, very helpful around these spots. Very, 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 very helpful. So I have another one for you. I have more tidbits. More tidbits. And this one here is another one. Let's go on Twitter here. This is written in, I don't even know what language that is, but that might be French. Yeah, definitely French. And are you seeing this? You seeing these things? Yeah, you are. Big up to everybody who's still in here, though. So by defeating San Marino, Andorra have won their first away match in official competition. Revolution. That was the first away win for Andorra when they recently defeated San Marino. So big up to Andorra. Andorra, stand up, man. You never know. Maybe 50 years from now, Andorra may actually be a powerhouse. And when I say a powerhouse, I mean a powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? Not to provide electricity or anything, but just, a powerhouse, big dog in international football. You never know. You never ever know, man. It's very unpredictable. You never know. So let's translate this to English. And this is a Swedish website. And what this is trying to tell you right now, what this is basically trying to tell you right now, right? Is look, just to give you a gist, Sweden are unbeaten at home in qualifying matches going back to 2015. The record stands at 17 matches played, 14 wins, including beating Italy, France, and Denmark, right? And 3 draws against the Netherlands, Norway, and Spain. 40 goals scored and 7 conceded. Sweden at home are not to be effed with. Not to be effed with whatsoever. And this gives you all of Sweden's games, and it dates all the way back. They're not clickable, though. They're not clickable. I don't like that they're not clickable. 11 versus 11 is a better website when it comes to clickable stuff and getting really, really in-depth with what's going on in terms of national teams and even clubs as well. So, yeah, just going through all these little articles I have organized according to confederations and just sharing these with you as we go on. I have a few things to share with you. This is a good one. This is an absolutely good one, man. This is a good one. This is a great one. We can't actually look at this, but recently, the Icelandic #1 goalkeeper retired, and his name is written right there, is Hannes Halldórsson. He retired from international football. He retired from football. And he is a movie director. Okay? The movie's name is Cop Secret 2021 trailer. I don't want to actually show the trailer here, but yeah, let's show it. Whatever, man. If we get copywritten, we get copywritten. I don't care. Let's take a look at it. Oh, pretty cinematic stuff. Pretty cinematic stuff, if you ask me. Pretty cinematic stuff, if you ask me, man. So, yeah, that's just a little update there. It's a little update. And Icelandic national team goalkeeper, the former Icelandic national goalkeeper. And the film was actually selected for the London Film Festival as well. So that is very, 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 very important. Very important. So there's also been news that came out. I got some more news for you in terms of World Cup qualifiers. Everything pertaining to World Cup qualifiers. This is why it's called World Cup Qualifiers Daily. No other reason why it's called that. And remember, guys, when the World Cup comes around, let me tell you guys in here right now. Let me tell you guys something right now, okay? When the World Cup come around, I know you might want to hear another person's opinion or something like that, but always remember this. Always remember that those people did not cover World Cup qualifiers. Just always remember that. Always remember that. They didn't cover World Cup qualifiers on their channels. And I'm going to make it clear. I don't care who don't want to like me for this, but I'm just calling them out. I'm making it clear. Whenever World Cup comes around, you're going to see them. And make sure you let them know, where were you during World Cup qualifiers? If you're watching a replay of this video right now, thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Ross, shout out Little Dom. Yeah, man, he's here sleeping, you know, and if he wasn't sleeping, this won't be possible. So definitely shout out to the little man, you know, doing his thing. Definitely. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. We need 13 more thumbs up to get to 75 thumbs up. Pretty sure there's a few people in here who have not liked the video. Like it up, guys. Like it up. So, Hungary football body bans several fans over Wembley clashes. And there's been things that's coming out and say there's a group of ultras in Hungary who are absolutely, it's impossible to contain them. They just, I don't know what it is though. That's why they call ultras. The Hungarian Football Federation, MLSZ, said Thursday it has issued 2-year bans to several violators after Hungary supporters clashed with police at Wembley during a World Cup qualifier against England. Several violators identified at the scene by security guards have now been banned from attending sporting events for 2 years under the provisions of the Hungarian Sport Act. MLSZ spokesman Jeno Sipos told AFP. The score. Sipos declined to specify how many fans have been banned because investigations are ongoing. Just moments after kickoff on Tuesday, trouble flared among the pocket of around 1,000 Hungarians in one corner of Wembley. Dozens of Hungary supporters charged at stewards who were forced to retreat before police wielding batons arrived. Yeah, nobody's scared of no police with no baton. If it was in America where these police are carrying guns around, they wouldn't act that crazy. Yeah, the police don't know how to control the guns too, so yeah. The fighting continued for several minutes before riot police finally restored the order in the stands and the stadium concourse. And these are the kind of things that Togden likes to vlog when he goes to stadiums, you know, yeah. Scenes, oh man, Hungarian fans, oh my God, killing people here at the stadium. But yeah, man, yeah. Also, in this article, Hungary supporters also booed when England players took the knee before kickoff and held up a banner protesting against the anti-racism gesture. Oh my God. It was not the first time Hungary fans had caused problems during their meetings with England in the qualifying campaign. England's 4-0 win in Budapest in September was marred by racist chants from Hungarians aimed at Raheem Sterling and Jude Bellingham. Missiles were thrown at England's players at the Puskás Arena. Hungary were ordered to play 2 home FIFA competition matches behind closed doors, one suspended for 2 years following the racist behavior. UEFA had already told Hungary to play 1 game behind closed doors following the racist abuse from supporters and homophobic banners in the stands during their Euro 2020 matches in Budapest. The Hungarians they gotta chill. They gotta chill. They ain't getting on right at all. Just gotta put it out there. They're not acting right. They're not acting right. And guys, since we're talking about UEFA, we all know that Denmark and Germany have qualified directly, right? We know that, right? We know that. Oh, okay. I'm glad we know that. I still have a few more things when it comes to UEFA to talk about. I do. I have to do another World Cup qualifying daily, man. I have to do another one. Before November. I have more things to share. I got a lot of things to share. How long have we been streaming? 2 hours, 11 minutes? Not bad, not bad. I got more things to share. I want to share some more things. I want to share some things with you. One more thingies to share with you. What else we got? I got something else, you know. I got another good one for you. But just give me 1 second. I know you got the patience as well. Okay, we got to it. We got it. We got an up to stat for you here. In the meantime, while I search for the thing that I want, we just gotta go through most of these. I may not require another World Cup qualifiers daily if I get through all of these. But let's go. Memphis Depay, 93. Total shots involvement for 2022 World Cup qualifying Europe. Memphis Depay has taken 48 shots and created 45 chances during the 2022 World Cup qualifying for Europe. Well, it says 20 qualifying, whatever. Maybe it gotta be Europe. Accounting for a total of 93 shot involvement, 43 more than the next best European player. He is averaging 1 shot involvement every 8 minutes. Wow. And he leads the charge. And then Steven Berghuis, another Dutchman with 50. Some people may not notice that he's playing that well. Cristiano Ronaldo with 43. Aaron Zahavi with 38. And Serge Gnabry and Dusan Tadic with, well, Evan Zahavi has 41. And Dusan Tadic and Serge Gnabry 38. And yeah, man, to talk about the boy Aaron Zahavi, I have something. You know, what a segue, right? What a segue. Let me wait until this thing load, if it even's gonna load. But to talk about Aaron Zahavi, well, yeah, it loaded. It's loaded, but it's actually written in some kind of Hebrew language here. So let's go. We're worldwide. This is worldwide. So you could see the Hebrew. You could see the Hebrew there. You know, the boy Dom is worldwide, you know. Big up to everybody in here. Where are you watching from right now, guys? Where are you watching from? Let me take a second to find out where everybody in here, most people in here, are watching from. All right? Big up to Sharon FX in the house. Where are you guys watching from, man? Robert, world fact. Frank Lampard took 40 shots at World Cup, scored none, failed. Where you guys watching from right about now? Thriller, ATL, the USA, ATL. Talk to me, guys. We're worldwide, man. You got the thing coming up in the Hebrew there. Where are we watching from right now? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. England, past 4 a.m. here. Big up to you, man. Thanks for tuning in. What else we have here? London, Dems. Oh, man, my boy Dems in the house. Virginia, Raz. Bethel coming out of New Jersey. We have Metal coming out of France. South Carolina, the boy AD744. Zahavi is a player. PSV, a force with him up top. Adelaide, coming out of the Adelaide, man. I remember watching cricket back in St. Vincent, man, when West Indies traveled to Australia. Adelaide, oh my God. Coming out from the Adelaide Oval. West Indies versus Australia. Where West Indies goose is about to get cooked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Richie Beno commentating. Oh my God, man. Look, Zahavi, let's just translate this, but big up to everybody in here. Sydney football coming out of Sydney. Johnny Long's coming out of Belize, man. And yeah, man, what else we got here? Miami, Shadrach Dorsey. Oh man, gotta get my CONCACAF and CONMEBOL fixes. Yeah, you gotta go back earlier for that one. Sharon FX coming out of India. Match channel Dom. Which teams would you like the USA to join the World Cup group stage? They're not at the World Cup yet. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. Big up to Pierre Paquette in the house. Sydney, Australia. MVP Kev in the house. How are you doing? I met the West Indies Dream Team, Clive Lloyd's boys. That's great. That's great. R.I.P. Richie Beno. And I used to play cricket, guys. Played against a bunch of Australians back in the day. Youth cricket. Guys like David Warner, Aaron Finch, Moses, Henriques. Who else did I play against, man? A few of them. Tom Cooper, that 06 World Cup team, man. So yeah, the boy, still, just yeah. Pierre out of Montreal, man. Who else said where they at and I didn't read it? Who else? No, yeah, I think I got everybody. Big up to everybody in here. We are worldwide FC, man. What about India cricket? I've been to India already. Dom, what was your best performance ever in a cricket game? Well, I can't remember, to be honest. I cannot remember because I stopped playing cricket about 5 seasons ago. And unlike my dad, who documents everything, I didn't. I did remember things, but not anymore. I've been caught up with family life and football and YouTube. But I did take 8 wickets in a game before. I'm a fast bowler. And I did make 116 not out in a 2020 game before, so I'm pretty good, man. I'm nice. When it comes to cricket, guys, I'm real nice. I'm real nice, man. Real nice. And Thriller, I'm gonna show you, bro. I'm gonna show you. But I can't be putting my business out there like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. But look, let's keep it moving. Let's translate this page. And let you guys know what's going on with Aaron Zahavi here. Let's refresh this page so you could translate. Let's translate it. Only Ronaldo before him. Zahavi is at the top of international conquerors. All right? And it reads. Let me make this a little smaller. All right. Israeli striker has scored 27 goals in his last 29 in the national team. And let me make this a little smaller so I get this. And is at the top of the goal scoring table during this period. And where is Lionel Messi? All right. The thing says all right. The gist of this, I don't want to go deeper into this. The gist, right? The gist of this is 3 years ago, age 31, Aaron Zahavi had 6 goals for Israel's national team. Yesterday, 2 days ago yesterday, age 34, he became Israel's all-time leading top scorer in the national team with 33 goals. So he had 6 3 years ago. Now he has 33 goals in 3 years. Of those, he had scored 27 in his last 29 games for Israel. This is absolutely nuts by Aaron Zahavi. I gotta say, this is absolutely crazy. This is crazy, man. The man has been a goal scoring machine. Every time they play, it doesn't matter who they play against. This man, well, it's not against Denmark, but against anybody, he just scores a ton of goals. He also has you know, I think I just saw something there. Let me see something. Oh, Aaron Zahavi also has French citizenship as well. Just so you know. Aaron Zahavi, he was born in Israel, but he has French citizenship as well. So Zahavi, in terms of his national team stats, let me get that for you behind the scenes. He has, you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? This is what's crazy. This is what's absolutely crazy, and I don't know what got into Aaron Zahavi, guys. But before, he had played 36 games, right? 36 games and scored 6 goals. And that's a norm for international football. You see it all the time. Look at Raheem Sterling's record before. 36 games, 6 goals, and then his last 33 has yielded 27 goals. Well, his last 29. Actually, I'm getting that stat wrong. Last 29. Let me get that again. Let me wheel and come again with that stat, right? The last 29 games, right? Give him 27, which means, let me go back. Let me wheel and come again, as I said. Let me do the math right. Which means his last 42, first 42 games, his first 40 games, he only scored 6 goals. He has been in top form across the last 3 years. Absolutely brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel Sandoval coming in from what flag is that? El Salvador? Is that an El Salvadorian flag? Yeah, man. Big up to you. Big up to you. Big up to you. So, we touch on the Zahavi thing. Zahavi, bro. Israeli legend. Israeli legend for sure. Definitely. So, we got a few more things to go through. And not a whole lot. Yeah, let me just touch on some of these things, man. I have a lot of things to share with you. And that is why I love these type of live streams, you know, where we could just talk about anything. But it all has to do with international players. Well, this is for a former international player. There's an Amazon movie called Rooney. It's about Wayne Rooney's career. So that's coming out on Amazon. I don't know if I'm going to watch it, but who knows? Who knows, man? I'm not really... Look at Carlos Queiroz in the back right there smiling. I'm not really one to watch a lot of documentaries, you know. For real. I've not seen any of the Amazon documentaries. The all or nothing things. I've never seen none of them. Just want to put... I've never seen any of them. And it is what it is, man. Never seen what it is. And you know what? Well, look at this. This is actually a nice thing that they're doing here. The overlap with Ty and Jamie Carragher, Neville, and, you know, who's that? Scholes or whoever. And you could see that we're live right there as well. You know what I'm saying? Coach's Desk is live as well. Big up to Coach's Desk. You know, big up to all the fellow football YouTubers as well who are in, you know, a circle. And who's on my good side as well. You know, there's some of them who's not on my good side. You know, big up to them too. Big up to all of them. You see what I'm saying? We all in this thing together. You see what I mean? So, back to the Aaron Zahavi thing though. He actually surpassed Mordecai Spiegler as the Israeli national team top goal scorer of all time. Mordecai Spiegler. What a name, right? Remember, I think Mordecai from the Bible. You know what I mean? What's up, Liam? You okay? You need to go back to sleep. We're not ready yet. Definitely not ready yet. But look, what we're going to do right now, guys, I do have another thing to drop for you in terms of I have something else that I haven't mentioned. Yeah, I have a few things that I haven't mentioned. But let me get them. Let me get them before I actually forget. Let me get them before I forget though. Also, guys, there's another stat on Memphis Depay, right? That he has scored 14 goals for the Netherlands in 2021, the joint most by a UEFA player in a year since Just Fontaine scored 18. Well, the joint most by a UEFA player since Just Fontaine scored 18 in 1958 for France, right? So, I think that might be, I don't know why it says the joint most. I don't know. That does not make any sense, though. But still, Memphis Depay has been, the key man for the Dutch national team. Doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion. So, look, I got something for you here, man. Got something for you here. And he is also top in terms of goals and assists in World Cup qualifiers in Europe. So big up to Memphis. He definitely deserves it. So I have something to share with you in terms of France, man. I have something to share with you, and it's in French. Let me move this over to Twitter. I need to close a few tabs right now. I need to close a few tabs out. Too many tabs open. Way too many tabs open. All right, what this is actually saying here, it's in French, but what this is saying, France is the first national team in history to win the World Cup, the Euros, the Olympic Games, the Confederations Cup, the UEFA Nations League, the Under-20 World Cup, the Under-17 World Cup, the Under-21 Euro, the Under-19 Euro, and the Under-19, Under-17 Euro. They have won absolutely everything in the men's category of football. So big up to Le Bleu, the French national team, and they just the team to beat. Even though they have been very lackluster lately, they have definitely been the team to beat. You know what I'm saying? So I do have something else for you guys in terms of the French national team. A nice segue, brilliant segue in terms of the French national team, and it has to do with one of the best players in world football right now, Karim Benzema, who has 27 trophies to his name. Karim Benzema won his 27th trophy when France won the Nations League, making him the most decorated French player in football history. That is absolutely ridiculous. Big up to the boy Karim Benzema. Still doesn't get the ratings that he deserves, right? Right, guys? Right? I have more. I do have more. I have more. Definitely have more for you. But let me actually locate this. I have a big one, but I want to touch on something a little smaller before yeah, okay, I got it. This is to do with a managerial sacking. This is what World Cup Qualifiers Daily is all about. All right, so Bernard Chalendes has been sacked by the Kosovo FA. Let's translate this. Let's get this. Maybe this is not translatable. It is not translatable, actually, guys. This does not get translated, but this is Mr. Chalendes. Let's get that one bigger. And yeah. Bernard Chalendes has been sacked as the manager of Kosovo after 3 years in charge, and that's for failing to qualify for the World Cup or even challenging in the group. So, not going to get deeper into this one because we do not have a translation, but I can get a translation for you, right? Right, Dom, just get the translation, Dom. You could get it, Dom. Just get it. Just Google it, Dom. Google it. All right, I'll Google it. Sorry, man. Sorry. All right. The Swiss football coach has been let go as the manager of Kosovo. A new nation to football. Very new nation. Serbia does not recognize the nation of Kosovo still. So, yeah. Maybe to Serbia, Serbia is probably celebrating. So let's go. Let's go and get the English article to share with you guys. Bring this one a little bigger. All right. Let's accept the cookies. I don't want to eat the cookies everywhere I go, you know. But you have to eat the cookies all day. I don't want to eat everybody's cookies, but it's okay. So, yeah. The Kosovo Soccer Federation fired Bernard Chalenders as coach on Wednesday after a pair of World Cup qualifying losses. Kosovo lost 3-0 at Sweden and then 2-1 at home to Georgia. The team is in the last place in Group B. The 70-year-old Swiss coach had been in charge for the national team since 2018. Taking into consideration our goals, in a joint agreement, we decided to end the cooperation with the coach. Kosovo Soccer Federation President Ajim Ademi said. Chalenders said he was unhappy with the decision. Right, so I quote, I was pleased with this job and was also maybe later, guys. I can't subscribe right now. I'm doing something, man. Come on, don't interrupt me like that. Don't interrupt me. All right, taking into consideration. Okay, no. I was pleased with this job and also proud with the work done so far, he said at the news conference. I was pleased to work with this team and that's why I am upset for leaving. Bro, you got sacked, you got dismissed, bye-bye. You didn't do well, you didn't qualify. Maybe a little too harsh, but still. Kosovo is a very, very, very ambitious nation. And they've been looking good lately. So, Chalenders, you did good, but not good enough according to the powers to be. Okay, so with that being said, guys, let's move on. I have one thing left. One more thing before I have two things left, and I have to talk about this one. Before we get to anything else. All right? Anything else, we have to talk about this. Have to talk about this. All right? So give me 1 second. Let me get this thing organized. You know, guys, remember I have a little baby in my hands as well as we're talking. So give me 1 second. I'll get to the comments pretty soon, but we're strapped for time. Let's go. All right. Luca Hernandez. You think we're not going to be talking about you, huh? We got to talk about you, bro. Let's talk about him. Very serious business. We got to talk about Mr. Luca. Does he really have to go to a Spanish prison? Bayern professional Luca Hernandez pictured here. According to Spanish criminal law experts, Bayern professional Luca Hernandez is likely to face a prison sentence. The big problem is that he is a repeat offender. An article by Javier Casares Las Palmas. All right, let's go through this article. According to criminal law experts from Spain, Bayern defender Luca Hernandez has poor cards to evade the 6-month prison sentence imposed on him. At most, he can hope for a suspension or postponement at the start of detention. A conviction for disregarding a court judgment is a very serious matter, said the criminal and procedural law professor Victor Moreno Catena from the University of Madrid on Thursday to the SZ. Gonzalo Boye, who was unable to save the former Catalan Prime Minister Carles Puigdemont, who was hunted by the Spanish judiciary for extradition to Spain, made a similar statement. It is more than possible that he will have to go to prison, said criminal law professor Joan Quirot from the University of Barcelona. All right, what else we have here? Hernandez faces jail. The FC Bayern defender is in serious danger of having to go to Spanish penal institution for 6 months. The reason is a final judgment for disregard of judiciary from 2019. Hernandez, 25, is due to appear before the 32nd Criminal Court in Madrid next Tuesday to receive the warrant for his address. If he does not appear, he would immediately be put into international search. However, FC Bayern president Herbert Heine said on Thursday evening he is going there now then it will be negotiated. Then we'll see. As of Tuesday, Hernandez, as of now, has 10 days to voluntarily begin custody in a correctional facility of his choice. After an initial complaint against the warrant was dismissed, Hernandez's lawyers appeal to the Madrid District Court. When this will decide is open. Usually in Spain, prison sentences are not served if they are less than 2 years in prison, okay? At the end of 2019, half a year after his 80 million euro transfer from Atletico Madrid to FC Bayern Munich, Hernandez was sentenced to 6 months in prison for disregarding a court ruling. The case seems bizarre. Hernandez was convicted of domestic violence. He's a wife beater. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, every little, people get into fights, but he likes it, seems. Against his partner, Emilia De La O. After an argument in 2017, the court ordered a ban on contact with Emilia, but the two reconciled, went on vacation together, married in Las Vegas, okay? On his return to Spain, the border guards temporarily arrested Hernandez for undermining the ban on contact. A trial for disregard of justice has started. Hernandez convicted. All right. Well, this is a lot to go through, but we're gonna go through it. The severity also has to do with the fact that domestic violence in Spain has recently become more and more important. Sometimes serious news programs are opened with reports on these events. The social climate has meant that there is hardly any legal leeway, not even when it comes to reconciliation, says Queralt. He has often complained that Spain's judiciary blindly overshoots the mark when it comes to protecting victims, allowing them to overprotect. Boye reports of cases where couples appear hand in hand before the judges, and yet judgments are passed against the declared will of the victim. Many other types of crime would be resolved. With domestic violence, it is almost impossible, adds Boye. Moreno Catena says Hernandez should have applied for an amendment or lifting of the ban on contact before traveling together with the partner. It seems to me that he was badly advised, adds Boye. Usually in Spain, prison sentences are not served if they are less than 2 years in prison, but that only applies to first-time offenders. The big problem with Hernandez is that he's a repeat offender, says Queralt. Hernandez has already been convicted of domestic violence twice. In view of this, an annulment of the judgment appears questionable. A temporary suspension can be achieved by filing an appeal. This is not guaranteed. However, it is conceivable that an appeal will only be decided after custody, according to Boye. A successful petition for clemency from the government is also unlikely. Until this decision, however, the enforcement order could be suspended. A year and a half could easily pass. So, seems like we have another player entering into prison FC, and it could be Luca Hernandez. He could be joining up with Benjamin Mendy and the likes of Yves Bissouma and co. And all the players who have been to prison before. Well, Luca Hernandez, bro, y'all gotta chill, man. Every time these players get into some type of problem, it always has to be something with these women. You know what I'm saying? If you got 99 problems, you know what I mean? You know, look. Let me repeat that. I got 99 problems, right? Look, no. Let me repeat that. If you're having girl problems, right? I feel bad for you, son, right? I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. You know what I'm saying? I'm part of my language, though, but this ain't a, PG. This is not a PG thing. It's not. Let me see what's going on here in terms of my wife. Okay. We're good. Oh, no. Maybe we're not good. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. We good maybe for about 20 minutes. We good for maybe about 20 minutes. I haven't heard that song in a while, so the lyrics kind of deserted me for a little while there. So, yeah, I got something for you guys. Let's get into it. Let me actually locate it really quick. And we got to get into this. This is very important. This is very important, man. And this is an article over on ESPN. Let's go, ESPN. Let's get it over here. And this will be the last thing we're going to talk about today. And let me close out a few more things. Let me close out a few more things there so that the stream is nice and sweet. Okay. So, yeah. Remember, guys, you could get 20% off over at manscaped.com by using the code Dominic Rich. Makes for a great gift. Christmas gift, birthday. Trust me. Your balls would thank you. Your father's balls, your brother's balls. You know what I mean? We're talking football, man. Come on. Get your mind out the gutter, guys. Come on. Look. With 2 rounds remaining in European World Cup qualifying, the race is hotting up for a place at Qatar 2022. In October, Germany became the first country to book a place at the finals, quickly followed by Denmark. That leaves 8 automatic qualification spots still up for grabs for group winners, along with 10 playoffs places. Along with 10 playoff places for the group runners-up. All right. Let's go. Here's the state of play across all 10 groups. Group A, Azerbaijan versus Luxembourg on November 11th. Republic of Ireland versus Portugal, November 14th. Luxembourg versus Republic of Ireland. Portugal versus Serbia. The group is a straight battle between Serbia 17 points and Portugal 16 points. Portugal have a game in hand away to Ireland, and they need a point to keep the group in their own hands. Right? You see Group A right there? Serbia 17, Portugal 16. Look, I think Portugal are going to beat the Republic of Ireland if we're keeping it real. Come on, let's keep it real. And then the game between them and Serbia, all they need to do is to pick up a draw. You see what I'm saying? And it's all good. That is it. That is it. And I think Portugal should achieve that. The article continues to read, if Cristiano Ronaldo's team can win or draw in Dublin, they will only need to avoid defeat at home to Serbia to qualify automatically. Lost to Ireland and Portugal must beat Serbia. Serbia know that in all likelihood they will have to win in Lisbon to overtake Portugal and avoid the playoffs. Let's look. Serbia will go into the playoffs regardless. But the likeliness of them beating Portugal in Lisbon is slim to no chance. All right, let's just keep it real. Let's move on to Group B. November 11th, Georgia versus Sweden, Greece versus Spain. Greece versus Kosovo on November 14th, and Sweden versus Spain. When I made my first analysis, I forgot to actually mention that Greece is still alive. As you can see right here in the Group B thing there, that thingy, a little thingy. Greece is still in the question. They're still there. If Greece could pick up a win against Spain, Greece will beat Kosovo in my opinion. And they will, but if they beat Spain, Greece could sneak into the playoffs ahead of Spain. This is a possibility, right? Take a look at the fixtures here. Take a look at the fixtures. Sweden is they're going to beat Georgia. I'm sure of that. They're going to go up to 18 points with 1 game left to play against Spain. But if Greece manages to beat Spain, Greece are taking that spot ahead of Spain. Because if Greece could beat Spain, they'll go up to 12. Spain would stay on 13. Greece would beat Kosovo, in my opinion, and go up to 15 points. And if Spain lose or draw against Sweden, Spain are out. Not completely, but Spain would go into the playoffs via the Nations League. And that would doom one of Wales, Czech Republic, or Austria, who are in line to grab one of those places if they get outside the top 2 in their group. So Spain could be going into the playoffs if Greece manages to pull an upset. The great taste of water. All right, it reads, only Sweden 15 points and Spain 13 points can win the group. Sweden can qualify on November 11 if they win in Georgia and Spain fail, even if Spain draw the game against Greece, Sweden would qualify directly, right? But if both countries win, then it will come down to the meeting between the two in Seville, and Sweden would need to avoid defeat to top the group and go directly to the World Cup, consigning Spain to the playoffs. Greece could still retain a place into the playoffs, but would need to beat Spain and Kosovo and hope Spain failed to beat Sweden. Spain are guaranteed a playoff spot if they finish outside the top two as the UEFA Nations League runners-up. So I mentioned that. I mentioned it. Group C, Italy versus Switzerland on November 12th. Northern Ireland versus Lithuania. Guys, I'll be doing a lot of watch-alongs in November. Just want to put it out there. A lot of watch-alongs for these games. A lot of watch-alongs for all the games are coming. They coming. November going to be a watch-along month for me. You know, I'm not a really big watch-along guy, but, you know, let's get the watch-alongs going, man. Let's get them. Let's get them. It seems like the watch-along is the hack to 100,000 subs. Seems so. It seems so. I'm spilling the secret. I'm spilling the secret to all the guys who have 100,000 subs. That's the secret. And I think I'm about to activate it. Should I activate it? Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. So, November 15th, Northern Ireland versus Italy and Switzerland versus Bulgaria. Another group with just two teams left in contention. Italy and Switzerland locked on 14 points. Italy topped the group by virtue of having a better goal difference, but only by 2 goals. All right? Let's scroll down. The two nations meet in Rome on November 12th, and if there's a winner in that match, they will then need a point in the final game to qualify for the World Cup. If Italy and Switzerland draw, then the Swiss will need to either better Italy's result on the final day or win by at least 2 or more goals to draw level on goal difference. And the fact that Italy did draw to Switzerland, because Switzerland, you know, will top the group. So if Italy and Switzerland finish level on points and goal difference and goals scored, then it goes down to head-to-head. If it's a scoring draw in Rome, Switzerland will win the head-to-head. If it's a goalless draw in Rome, first and second could be decided on the disciplinary record. It's close. It's closer than lovers and it's closer than best friends in Group C here. And if you ask me, look, Switzerland could do it. They could do it. They could more than do it, though. But we're going to move on, though. We're going to move on. But before we do, big up to everybody in the chat right about now. Triller, watch-alongs and live streams also bringing super chat revenues. Big up to Triller for making that great point there. Robert Jusetta, thanks for the info, Dom. Gotta go. Thanks for all the comments. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Nice to see you, Robert, around here. And everybody in here, man. Ezekiel Sandoval as well. Everybody, Sharon FX, Raz in here, man. Everybody in here right about now. Big up to y'all. Johnny Longs, man. FBC7 Games, man. Big up to everybody. You guys are the real deal. Group D. We're going through all the groups. I hope I get to finish this. Let me go before my wife say, hey, man, come and pick me up. November 13th, Bosnia and Herzegovina versus Finland and France versus Kazakhstan. November 16th, Bosnia and Herzegovina versus Ukraine, France versus Finland. All right. A more open group with 4 nations still in contention. France with 12 points top the group and will seal their place at the World Cup with a win over Kazakhstan, something I think they will do. Ukraine, 9 points, sitting second, but without a game on November 13th, may not be there when they travel to, yeah, it's crazy, right? It's crazy that Ukraine does not play November 13th. So if France goes on to like win the group, it's like, God damn, we can't qualify directly no more, right? So they'll have to look for the playoffs. And the game between Ukraine and Bosnia is a big game, man. And they will hope that Finland beat Bosnia or something like that, you know. So, yeah. So, yeah. Ukraine 9 points, sit in second, but without a game on November 13th, may not be there when they travel to Bosnia on the final day. They have only one game remaining, meaning they can only top the group if France lose both games next month. With Finland to play France on November 14th, the likelihood is a win over Bosnia may be enough to secure second place. Finland 8 points, Bosnia 7 points meet each other November 11, and the result of this game will set out exactly what is required for second in the last pair of games. So this game right here, Bosnia versus Finland, let us say Finland win, go up to 11 points. Then it means that Finland would need something against France and hope that, well, let's say Finland, if Finland win this game, 11 points, that could be good enough, you know. That could just be good enough. Because let's say Finland, you know, beat Bosnia. That would doom Bosnia below them. That means that Bosnia won't be able to even make the playoffs because they would only get a maximum of 10 points, while Finland would go up to 11 points, right? So then the game between Bosnia and Ukraine, let's say that game ends in a draw. Ukraine would only get a maximum of 10 points. So Finland are still alive. Big up to the boy Michael Talks Football, who is from Finland. So, yeah. Finland, could they get an inspired win against Bosnia and it doesn't matter what happened to them against France? That could be a possibility. Or let's say France screw around and draw against Kazakhstan and then lose to Finland. Finland win both their games and go on to actually top the group and put France into the playoffs. That would be crazy. That would be nuts. That's a possibility right there in that group. Let's move on to Group E. November 13, Belgium versus Estonia, Wales versus Belarus, and the Czech Republic versus Estonia, and Wales versus Belgium on November 16th. Only 3 teams could qualify from this group. Belgium should go on to top this group with 2 games remaining, 16 points. And it says Belgium, 16 points are guaranteed to finish in the top 2 and need a win at home to Estonia to secure qualification. That will happen, guys. They would also qualify if Wales failed to beat Belarus in Cardiff. That could happen, guys. The real battle is for second with the Czech Republic and Wales on 14 points. Wales are third on goal difference, 2 goals worse off than the Czechs, but have a game in hand at home to Belarus. Wales will need to make the most of that game because they host Belgium in the final qualifier. If Wales beat Belarus, they would need to avoid defeat against Belgium to secure second. If Wales lose at home to Belgium, then door is open for the Czech Republic to finish second on goal difference with a win over Estonia, but then the Nations League come into play. Look, whoever finishes third are likely to take the playoff spot through the UEFA Nations League performance, though they would be unseeded in the draw. And there's also a possibility that Austria could miss out on one of these spots if Spain gets doomed to the playoffs as well, if Spain comes in third in their group, but may not happen. And we move on to Group F, where Austria, you know, they're outside, but you'll hear what's going on with Austria right now. Austria versus Israel, Denmark versus the Faroe Islands, and Moldova versus Scotland on November 12th and November 15th. Austria versus Moldova, Israel versus the Faroe, and Scotland versus Denmark. Denmark have qualified with a 100% record, which leaves a direct fight for second between Scotland and Israel. Scotland do have 17 points. Israel has 13. Scotland will be through to the playoffs with a win against Moldova, or if Israel failed to win in Austria. And I think Scotland will beat Moldova, so you could secure their place in the playoff for sure. You could just give it to them. But if it goes down to the final round, then Israel have hope with Scotland up against Denmark. Yes, because Israel, they could beat Austria like they did before, and then Israel will beat the Faroe Islands. So Israel could get up to 6 points, leapfrog. Scotland go up to 19 points. And if Scotland get a point against Moldova, which I don't think they'll do, and then lose to Denmark, then they'll miss out. But Scotland will go up to 20 points and will most likely lose to Denmark. Most likely. Or maybe get a draw. Who knows? But it's going to be Denmark qualify directly. Scotland coming second from this group. Who are we kidding? Austria out of contention for the top 2, but have a very good chance of getting into the playoffs as a Nations League group winner, as I did mention. So, yeah. Group G, Norway on November 13 versus Latvia, Turkey versus Gibraltar, Montenegro versus the Netherlands. November 16, Gibraltar versus Latvia, Montenegro versus Turkey, and Netherlands versus Norway. This is a very, very, very good group where 4 teams are still in with a shout, with the Netherlands on top, Turkey second. No, Norway second, Turkey third, and Montenegro fourth. But Montenegro can no longer top the group, but could still get a playoff spot with a better goal difference than Norway. But it's fair to say that Montenegro won't qualify. So it's between Turkey and Norway for the second place, or even Turkey, Norway, Netherlands for the top place. Netherlands 19 points lead the way, and know that 2 wins would send them into the World Cup. They can also qualify with a win on November 13th if Norway fail to beat Latvia. I don't think that's going to happen. Netherlands will beat Montenegro, in my opinion, and the Netherlands against Norway would be a big clash. Norway's 17 points are still very much in contention, and if they beat Latvia, it will come down to the meet-in with the Netherlands in Rotterdam, on the final day. If Norway and Netherlands both win on November 13th, Norway would need a victory in Netherlands to top the group, and they are far from safe from second. Okay? Turkey, 15 points, have hope due to Norway having to travel to play Netherlands. If Turkey win both their remaining games, they finish second if Norway drop any points whatsoever. Montenegro, 11 points, still have mathematically chance of second, but nothing more than that. It would require Turkey failing to beat Gibraltar, and that's not going to happen, so Montenegro out. Turkey will beat Gibraltar to go up to 18 points to put pressure on Norway, who I think would beat Latvia and go up to 20 points. So Norway, 20 points, Turkey, 18 points, going into the last match day where Turkey against Montenegro is a must-win to get 21 points. And then Norway versus the Netherlands. If Norway do get 1 point, it would be good enough, I think, to get ahead of, Turkey. And Turkey will miss out. So I think it's going to be the Netherlands qualify directly. And Norway maybe going to the playoffs, or Turkey, who knows? Erling Haaland will be a help for Norway if he's fit, though, because he was not fit for the October international break at all. So, yeah, that's the thing. So, how many more groups we got left? Group H, we almost done, guys. We almost done. Let me get the music going back in the background here. Music is key. Let's go. Group H, November 11th. Russia versus Cyprus, Malta versus Croatia, Slovakia versus Slovenia. November 14th, Croatia versus Russia, Malta versus Slovakia, and Slovenia versus Cyprus. A 2-horse race. That's it. Everybody else out. 2-horse race between Russia, 19 points, and Croatia, 17 points. Russia can qualify on November 11th if they win at home to Cyprus and Croatia fail to beat Malta. Like, let's say Croatia draw. Yeah, they're doomed for the second spot playoffs. Though the likelihood is both teams would win. That leaves a straight shootout in Split, Croatia, November 14th, when Croatia hosts Russia. Croatia would need to win to climb above their visitors and win the group. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to let you guys know, November 14th, the watch-alongs are going to be absolutely epic. And I'm telling you, epic. The watch-alongs is going to be ridiculous. It is going to be absolutely ridiculous. We're going to get a lot of people tuning into the watch-alongs. Just want to put it out there. So, it's either Russia or Croatia. I'm going for Russia. Croatia to go through to the playoffs. I love Croatia, but I think they might just draw the game at home. Group I, Andorra versus Poland, England versus Albania, Hungary versus San Marino on November 12th. November 15th, Albania versus Andorra, Poland versus Hungary, and San Marino versus England. England on top with 20 points, Poland second, 17 points. Albania third with 15 points. Hungary could still get a maximum of 17 points, but they could kiss it goodbye. Hungary are out. Bye-bye, Hungary. You guys have doomed yourself with bad karma. So Poland still in with a shout to top the group. I think Albania realistically could still get second. Won't be able to top the group, seeing that England plays San Marino, and that's a guaranteed win for England there. Albania has to at least get a draw on the road against England. Where's that game being played? Wembley. Albania, you gotta get something at Wembley, bro. A shock win, maybe. Armando Broja with a hat trick against England. Who knows? That'll take them up to 18 points, and that'll keep England on 20. And with Poland playing Andorra, Poland will go up to 20. So if Albania managed to pick points off England, 3 points, it could be a situation where England could actually miss out on the top spot, right? Right? But no, England should get at least 3 points next month. And it would depend on their goal difference between them and Poland, where Robert Lewandowski against Andorra could get ugly. You see what I'm saying? And then against San Marino, England, it could get ugly. So I think England are safe for that thing, but you never know, man. You never ever know, because you might see San Marino turn into prime. What? Prime. Let me. I don't want to say Brazil, but let's say prime Turkey. World Cup 2002. You know what I'm saying? Came third. They did well. Yeah, and prevent England from scoring more than 3. You see what I mean? You never know. So this group is crazy. Let's read. England 20 points are limping over the line somewhat, but should still qualify without any issues. A win at home to Albania November 12 would send them to the World Cup. If Poland 17 points fail to beat Andorra, which is not happened, though that seems unlikely, right? Even if England were to lose at home to Albania and Poland beat Andorra, they would have the final game against San Marino to bolster their goal difference against the Poles, currently +4. So England, even if they lose to Albania, would know how many goals they need to score in their game against San Marino and could go berserk. Albania 15 points will realistically have to win at Wembley to keep their hopes alive. Anything else and they will almost certainly be out of contention before the last day, because of course Poland plays Andorra, right? Hungary 11 points have a mathematically chance, but they would need Poland to lose to Andorra and a turnaround in goal difference deficit of 13 with the Poles, and that's not happening whatsoever. And the last group, Group J, November 11th, Armenia versus North Macedonia, Germany versus Liechtenstein, Romania versus Iceland, November 14th, Armenia versus Germany. Big game between North Macedonia versus Iceland and Liechtenstein versus Romania. All of these are important. With Germany having secured their place, it's a 4-way battle for the playoff spot. Romania 13 points have it in their own hands and will effectively secure second with a win at home to Iceland, with only Liechtenstein to play on the final day. North Macedonia and Armenia go head-to-head on November 11th, and the winner would have qualification in their own hands should Romania fail to beat Iceland. However, Armenia must play Germany on their last match day, which would make it very difficult for them to hold on to second. Iceland 8 points are not out of it, but their chances are very slim. They would need to win both their games and hope Armenia versus North Macedonia ends in a draw, and both Armenia and Romania fail to win their last game. How the playoff works. The 10 runners-up from the groups are joined by the best 2 UEFA Nations League group winners, not having finished in the top 2 of their qualifying group. Based on the UEFA Nations League group winners who can still finish outside the top 2, the order of preference for the playoffs is France, Spain, Wales, Austria, Czech Republic. That's how it is, and it's most likely going to be one of Wales, Austria, or the Czech Republic, because Spain or France may finish top 2 in their group, you know. As Austria and either Wales or Czech Republic are guaranteed to finish outside the top 2 in their group, no other country is in contention for one of the 2 additional places. The playoffs, to be played in March of 2022, will be seeded by qualifying points, with the 2 UEFA Nations League teams unseeded. Seeded teams will be drawn at home against unseeded teams in one-legged semifinals, right? There will then be an open draw for the 3 playoff finals, which again will be one-off games to decide the last places. This is crazy, man. I don't even understand the full extent of that, what I just read, to be honest. But I know it's 3 playoff paths, right? 3 playoff paths. And look, semifinal, 1 leg semifinal. And then there'll be 3 finals to decide the 3 teams. So, yeah, that's basically what's going to happen here. So the each path would have like 2 semifinals. The winners meet each other. That winner would qualify, and it goes for the next 2 playoff paths, and then you end up with 3 teams that's going to qualify. You know, so, but it says there will be an open draw for the 3 playoff finals. I don't know about that. Seriously, I really don't know about that. I didn't hear anything about that. So what we're going to do really quick is clarify that right now. You know what I'm saying? We're going to qualify that. We're going to clarify that. We're going to qualify it. We're going to qualify and clarify it right now. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to go over to Wikipedia and get into qualification here. Let me get qualification really. All right. I got it. Let's clear that up. I don't know what ESPN are actually talking about, but let's clear it up. Let's make sure we are clear on that. Format right here, right? Playoff stage. This is where we at. This is where we at. The 10 group winners, the 10 group runners-up will be joined by the 2 best Nations League group winners based on the Nations League overall ranking that finish outside the top 2 of their qualifying group. These 12 teams will be drawn into 3 playoff paths, playing 2 rounds of single-legged playoffs, right? Semifinals and finals, with the home teams to be drawn, with the 3 path winners qualifying for the World Cup. See, I didn't see anything about any extra draw. For real, I didn't. I really don't know where they got that thing from, though. Because if you do 3 playoff paths, right? If you do 3 playoff paths, why are you doing a draw after the semifinals again? I don't get what the ESPN article did say there, though. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, man. Do a 24-hour World Cup qualifiers live. I was thinking about that, but that'll be difficult. That'll be difficult, man. You see what I'm saying? That'll be very difficult. So, yeah, we're going to get to the bottom of this thing right about now. I need to get to I need to get to UEFA. I need to actually get to UEFA and find out what's going on here. Seriously. I need to find this out. So, playoffs are in March. Semifinals and finals, right? First round. Let me see if we could get any information here. You know, because this is valid information on Wikipedia. Second place teams. Let me see. Nations League. Qualified teams. Top goal scorers. Okay, we ain't got nothing else here. Let's go to UEFA and let's find the format. We need to. Hopefully we have enough time here. Hopefully we have enough time to actually figure this out. All right, this is what I like about live streams. You know, we live, we direct, reality TV type settings, no pressure whatsoever, man. And we want to find out and get to the bottom of this thing. We got to get to the bottom of this thing. All right. Who needs what? Qualifying fixtures. Ronaldo's 115 goals. Wow. Who needs what to qualify? I don't know if that would actually cover it. It's a lot, man. A lot of highlights. A lot of highlights. I don't know where there's a lot of highlights, man. I don't know why you got so many highlights on this page, though. But fixtures and results. Let me see something. Is there a search page? I need to define a search. About section. Anything in the about section? Okay. Okay. How does qualifying works? Let's find out, man. Right here. Playoffs. Right here. You guys are seeing it. The 10 group winners are joined by the 2 best group winners. The 10 group winners runners-up are joined by the 2 best group winners in the Nations League overall ranking that have neither qualified directly for the further tournament as European winners. Okay, whatever. The 12 teams will be drawn into 3 playoff paths for one-off semifinals and the final. The 3 path winners qualify for the World Cup. Playoff regulations. Let's find that out. Let's find that out and see what's going on here. What is it actually saying? Let's go. Let's investigate and find out here. ESPN, I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, the first 2, we already went through that. Once the 12 teams, we have 3. Once the 12 teams constitute in the playoff have been determined, the 6 best ranked runners-up of the European qualifiers will be seeded and drawn to play the playoff semifinal at home against an unseeded team. Right? Okay. So 6 teams, 6 best ranked, would be drawn against the 6 lower ranked, basically, along with the 2 Nations League team, right? Basically. And they will play at home. They'll play at home, one-off games, so they will get to play at home, which would give them the home advantage. To compare the rankings between the European qualifiers groups and to determine the best 6 runners-up, the results of the group runners-up against the teams in 6th place are discarded. So the teams that has the groups that has six teams, the 6th place team, no, they don't count. The results don't count, which could complicate things, right? Teams like San Marino, you beat them up, yeah, the results won't matter in terms of this. The following criteria are applied in the order given. The higher number of points, superior goal difference, higher number of goals scored, highest number of away goals scored, higher number of wins, higher number of away wins, lower disciplinary points based on yellow and red cards received by players and team officials. Red cards 3 points, yellow 1 point, expulsion for 2 yellow cards 3 points. Okay, in one match 3 points. So 5, the playoffs are played in single leg knockout matches. The UEFA administration compiles the fixture list for the European qualified playoffs, including the match dates and kickoff times for all playoff matches. The 3 playoff paths are formed as follows. The 6 seeded teams are allocated to semifinals 1 to 6 in the order drawn, right? Okay, we're getting some sense here. So 6 semifinals. 6, but how is it 3 paths though? The 3 playoff paths, 6 semifinals. Okay. The seeded teams are allocated to semifinals 1 to 6 in the order drawn. Okay. The 6 unseeded teams complete semifinal 1 to 6 in order drawn. Playoff path A is formed by the semifinals 1 and 2. The winners of both semifinals advance to playoff path final A. And this is what I'm talking about. I don't know what ESPN was actually, what was ESPN actually saying here? You understand what my point, guys? That is why I had to go in and clarify this, because ESPN was actually saying that after the semifinals, then it'll be a next draw for the finals. What are you talking about? Once the draw is made, the unseeded teams versus the seeded teams, 1 and 2 would be the first path, and the winner of 1 and 2 semifinal will go into the final here, and the winner of that will qualify. And the same goes for 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. For each playoff final, okay. For each playoff final, A draw is conducted in advance to determine which semifinal winner will play at home. You get it? That was not said in the ESPN article, which I could say very confusing at the end there. The winners of the 3 playoff finals will qualify for the 2022 World Cup, and that ends this lovely, lovely format article here. All right? Lovely. Lovely. Let's just, favorite that one right there. So, we've been live for 3 hours, 14 minutes. Guys, it's been real. It's been real doing this again. It's been real. I didn't expect this one to go that long at all, but I covered absolutely everything I set out to cover. We need one more thumbs up to get to 75. So if you're in here and you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. Let's get the likes up, man. I will put timestamps for the people that's going to watch the replay. And if you want to watch over this, timestamps would be in here for if you came in late and if you want to do it again. You know what I mean? Watch over the ones we missed. Timestamps may go up tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that tonight. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I don't know. But, guys, it's been a real one, man. It's been a real one. Big up to Johnny Longs. Listen, Johnny Longs. Johnny Longs, bro. Johnny Longs deserve to be a moderator around here. Big up to Johnny Longs. You're one of the new mods, And nobody ever asked for mod around here. I will give the mods out. Don't ask for no mods. Johnny Longs, you supported the thing well enough, man. Appreciate that. So, Thriller says, sent you a bear earlier. Oh, my God. Thank you very much, Thriller. Says, here's a bear for the upcoming weekend. Thank you. Let me see if I could find that here in the stream anywhere. Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Do appreciate that, bro. I actually picked up a 6-pack of O'Doul's, I picked up a 6-pack of O'Doul's when I went to Walmart today. I had to go to Walmart, BJ's, and Target, man, to pick up some things for the house. And when I got to the register, the O'Doul's were actually non-alcoholic. And I was like, what the hell? How do you have... Oh, man. I'm like, I know they have non-alcoholic beer, but I didn't even pay attention. I was like, geez, 6-pack for $7 something? I'm like, let me get that. Let me try this beer. Non-alcoholic beer. Horrible, man. Horrible. And let me see. Sharon is saying Thriller is rich, Ayo. And Thriller says, not rich, I just have a job. Exactly. You see what I mean? Let me talk to some of y'all. Some of y'all work and you never support your favorite content creators, man. Never. You see what I mean? You'll make $1,000 a week and you can't give $10 every week or every 2 weeks to your favorite content creator. Not just me. I'm talking for all content creators. And big up to the people who always come out and support the thing and drop super chats in the live streams, man. You see what I mean? I don't want to hear no excuses by Ralph Wiggum, but I got bills to pay and things like that. You see what I mean? Support your favorite content creators. Support it. Support them. Because guess what? When you go and you buy a cup of coffee, sometimes buy a cup of coffee for a content creator by dropping a $5 or a $10 or something. You see what I mean? It goes a long way. We got bills to pay around here. All right? Just want to put it out there. And all content creators. You see? Christian Cayley. Thank you very much for the Canadian $5. Sick videos, man. New Canadian soccer fan here. Thank you very much. You see what I'm talking about? You see exactly what I'm talking about? That is what I'm talking about. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love, the support, everything. Appreciate it. If more people, what you guys don't realize, right? I'm going to keep it 100%. If other people are scared to talk about it, what people don't realize is if the masses support content creators, you'll actually get more content, better content, more coverage. Everything will just be bigger, badder, and better if you support the content creators. Because let's say I came out tonight and I live stream for 3 hours, right? What if for tonight's live stream I made $300 because everybody who came in here was actually dropping $2 or $3 or whatnot. Let's just say that. Do you think I want to go to work? I want to go to work. I don't want to go to work because I'm making enough money when I'm live streaming. So I could live stream every single day. I'm not saying the same would be every day, but there's some content creators who do that well by live streaming. I guess you gotta wait until you get to that point, right? But yeah, big up to Ralph who said bye Dom. By the way, do predictions for the third round of Champions League, please. Champions League, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't like to predict. I rather react to the Champions League games. I have a Champions League watch along coming up next Tuesday, by the way. But guys, it's late. I'm gonna go pick up the wife right now. She's probably gonna get out very soon, and she probably hit me up already. Thank you very much, Christian. Thanks to Triller. Thanks to everybody who super chatted earlier. Let me see if I could remember. I can't remember. Cole super chatted and Bone 6000. Big up to everybody. Big up to Raz as well. One of the newest mods around these places as well. You know, Raz really helped me out in the last stream. And yeah. So thanks again, guys. Thanks. I'm out of here right now from your boy Liam. Liam, boy. Close your mouth, boy. You can't be exposing yourself like that on the stream. Anyways, guys, thanks again. Until next time, from World Cup Qualifiers 19. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Peace, guys. Peace.